Well, hi, everybody.
Well, hi. Oh, hi.
This isn't Dungeons and Dragons.
What?
Surprise, I tricked you.
Mm.
Welcome to our first episode of a brand new system, Kids on Bikes.
But I made a dragon.
I made a dragon. Oh no, I'm a cleric. I'll never be prepared.
Cleric's a real thing.
This is true.
That's true.
Yes.
So
Oh
lizard
no, I made a
folk.
cleric
Lizard folk on
in real
bikes.
life. This will work.
Could be monks.
So I will say, when I very first started playing D&D, I was like, but what's the difference between a cleric and a monk? Because I was thinking like, you
Yeah,
know,
like-
Yeah.
religious
Yeah.
order monk.
Hmm.
Yep. Anyways, most of you know I'm Dreamy. I will be GMing Kids on Bikes. That's me. I hang out here. Aw, thank you. Thank you. I also am now lurking around with two of these goobs. Hold on, let me see which way to point. That way? That way, I think.
I don't know if you're pointing at me or not.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pointing
my
it both
stream,
at you.
my stream is still
Something
showing me
correct.
Taco Bell, so
On Wednesdays, every other Wednesday, over on ClicktyClackty. For those of you that, like me, enjoyed Aelid and Starcross, she's back! So that's my
and
little
this time with kids. Not her
Yes.
kids, but kids in general.
plug. Yes.
At least one fuzzy kid.
Whoa!
What's happened in 12 years? Watch Wednesday and find out.
A lot.
Okay. Ben, why don't you go next and introduce yourself and what you want to plug?
I'm Ben, also known as June, and I guess I kind of run ClicktyClackty now. My realm of responsibility is slowly growing larger and larger, and now I have a
Because
Accidental,
job.
James
sure.
just does the fade out meme and
He's like, yeah, I'm still here. I'm doing it. Like, okay, cool, I got it. No, James is still very much a part of it, but now we are both taking it responsibility as opposed to James losing that luscious head of hair, going insane trying to plant things. He doesn't have to worry. I've already lost mine. And this is Tucker, by the way, or
Tucker.
any other assortment of names. You may call him Bubbus Puppus.
all hail the Bubbus Puppus, the
Bubbus
true hero
Puppus.
of our game.
See, he even responds to Bubbus Puppus.
Well, I checked the book and it says Bubbus Puppus wins.
Oh,
Oh.
cool.
Okay, we're done.
It's a class that
Good
is
campaign.
not allowed for
Well,
most
you won.
players.
Congrats.
Spoilers, jeez.
2020, 2020.
Yes. Hey, Trevor, welcome to Knights of Silvermoon. It's your first hangout game
Yay!
with us.
Happy
Why
to
don't
be
you
here.
introduce
Is my
yourself?
camera off center? There we go. That feels better. Hi, Trevor. So happy to be joining. I recently closed the show of Antigone over at the Annoyance Theater. That was fun. Actor, I do things. If you are looking for someone to do things with, I would be happy to join you. That's pretty much what I prefer doing. I do things with people.
Wait, are you looking for somebody to look for somebody to do something with?
What?
The way you said that, it was like,
Wow.
if you're looking for somebody to do something with, I'll do that with you. So you're joining.
I
them
mean,
looking
sure.
for
If,
some-
if that's the thing you're doing to look for people to do things with.
this is just. I'll stop.
My project can be finding projects with for
Hang on.
people that are looking for projects.
I'll
This is a
stop talking.
never-ending
I'll go
circle.
back to my dog.
Yeah, happy to be here. I don't know if Ben said the character he's playing. I'll be Rachel Welter for this.
I
Oh,
will
don't
The
be,
worry.
adult of the
We'll
crew.
get to know you.
Oh,
very
don't
well
worry.
tonight.
I will be playing Evan Kelp.
Nice joke, but
You liar. You're a liar.
we're the four of us that watch Misfits and Magic.
Evan Kelp. I'll be Colby Baker, as my name says up here.
Iskra, why don't you introduce yourself? A lovely,
gang.
shining, familiar face.
Yeah, if you've watched this channel for any amount of time, You know me, you love me, at least according to the Discord Ships and Conspiracies chat, you love me. Yeah, hi everybody. If you don't, I'm on Knights of Silvermoon's Game of Santos as Iskra. Additionally, thank you.
Where's that coming from? Is the witch?
Probably.
Guess we'll find out.
I've been in a few of the assorted mini-series here and there, a touch. And really excited to play a new system in a modern setting and get to do some cool supernatural mystery stuff. So, unless it turns out that it was in our heads the whole time, which would be a twist. But
You wake up and it turns into a D&D campaign. We'll see what happens.
I play Daria. Her name's like there.
Daria.
Sonder, it's your turn.
I'm Sonder. I also play in the main campaign here at Knights of Silvermoon. I'm in a couple of the other projects. Thank you very much. I'm in a couple of the other projects around here, causing general chaos and as cats and other creatures. But I'm also excited to try out Kids on Bikes. I love Stranger Things and like kid growing up and finding themselves kind of stories and that kind of situation. Love monsters and sci-fi. So I'm ready to kick this off.
And everybody say hi to Aaron. He is not on screen, but he is running some fun special effects. So anything you hear that. Oh, and his general music magic, because that is his superpower, and we love him for it.
Hi, Aaron.
He is currently about to play Switch.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I'm hanging out in the shadows. So,
the other realms.
What do we do in the shadows? Aaron is in the shadows.
I'm
Pay no
lurking.
attention to the
We
man
do in the
behind
shadows.
Yeah. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna slowly lurk back into the shadows. Bye.
I really wish you had an effect that just like took the entire panel down.
Right?
Next week. Okay, so announcements. The main campaign Game of Santos game is tomorrow night at 7. I'm sure Aaron's got some fun, delicious things cooked up because he DMs that.
Never.
Also, Iskra and Sonder have a little announcement PSA for us. Take it away, gang.
So, in the adventure you're about to watch, Iskra and I play an Iranian American brother and sister that we hope you'll love as they navigate the supernatural mystery in the Mississippi Delta. If they were real people today, their thoughts may be halfway around the world from their small town in the US South. Today marks the 59th day of major protests in Iran over a wide range of injustices that was sparked by the death of Mahsa Amini, a 22-year-old Iranian Kurdish woman who was killed in the custody of Iran's infamous morality police for wearing her hijab incorrectly. Over the span of 2 months, 300 plus deaths, and nearly 16,000 arrests later, the women, men, and children of Iran are still making their voices heard in the streets with their resolve unshaken. Know that our hearts, hope, and thoughts are with you during this time. Iskra.
مرسی. ساندر و من ایرانی نیستیم ولی حرفهایی که او را باربراز کرد هم فکرهای من است. دلهای ما، امید ما، فکرهای ما با شما ایرانیان سراسر جهان هستند. مخصوصاً اونایی که معترضان توی ایرانند و خانواده هایشان. زن، زندگی، آزادی. And that's it.
Thank you both very much. All right, and with that, Aaron, would you take us into our intro, please?
Here we go.
forgot.
Oh, Fedor.
You're good.
Oh, heck yeah. Ooh.
All right.
Oh, hey, Scott.
Hey, quick shout out. Thanks, chat, for hanging out with us. All right, let's get into this. Fall has come, though it seems like God forgot to tell the sleepy town of Glenwood, Mississippi, nestled on the banks of the Yazoo River, just south of the Delta. The last remnants of cicadas hum almost as loudly as the AC units that still run throughout town. Glenwood has changed since it was founded in 1824, but when the only way out is sports or politics, the weight of the past hangs as thickly as the humidity. There is a heaviness felt among the residents of this small town. For some, there's no need to look beyond the borders of the town, to the fields of cotton and woods that stretch as far as the eye can see. But for those who need more, who press and push against the restraints of small town life, there is a shared language of struggle, a language shared through stories. This language is shared across the Delta and beyond, over fields and furrows, mountains and mines, and connects like no other. And though stories offer a chance to travel far away, there is one story, in particular, that has taken root in Glenwood like no other. Everyone in Glenwood knows the story of the witch, or at least some version of it. Ask anyone, and they'll whisper about the woman, 100 years ago, who threatened to burn down the town before she died. One will plot an old copy of the Herald that reports on the Great Fire that happened exactly a year later. One might even take you to Picklet Drive, where the architecture changes, and speak about how far the fire made it. Even now, the witch continues to fill hearts with terror as students dare each other late at night to go find her grave, chained and broken in the heart of Bankhead Cemetery, late at night. The residents might not agree on all the details, but the fact that a fire tore through town 100 years ago is an undisputed, unequivocal fact. And with that, I officially welcome you, the players, and you, the audience, to Glenwood, Mississippi, as we begin our tale of the Witch of Glenwood.
Just a second, I want to make sure my dog doesn't fall off the bed.
Didn't miss anything, Big Straws, other than a cool intro.
All right. Bijan, you are at your special spot along the river. The morning is cool, and fog dances along the surface, though you know the day will quickly turn warm. Bijan, would you please describe yourself?
Yeah. Bajan is a shy 11-year-old boy who has dark brown hair, like a caramel skin, bright amber eyes, and he just keeps to himself. He's a loner, little loner weirdo kid. Yeah.
You begin to make your way further upriver. As often happens when you come to the river, time doesn't seem to really exist anymore. It could be 5 minutes or an hour. You aren't really sure. You think you should head back. Surely it's time by now. But there's something pulling at the back of your mind. If you just went a little further, just till you can see around the bend. You gonna keep going?
Thinks he'll be okay. Yeah, just a little late. Might get in trouble, but he's been out here long enough, I think. Maybe he can just play it off.
And then there are ruins, just a few bricks high. You don't notice it at first, but the forest sounds, the gurgling of the river, it's all gone silent. And then, in an instant, it hits you. You feel cold and clammy. Your skin turns yellow, jaundiced. The headache hits right between your eyes, nearly blinding you. And the fire begins. A deep burning in the pit of your stomach, and it spreads. It is all-consuming. You feel like it's burning you from the inside out, and there's going to be nothing left. You have come to me, little boy. You can almost feel lips pressed against your ear. The headache flashes stars across your eyes, and the fire burning so intensely, how can there be anything left? What is it you wish to know? What is it you wish to see? What can you tell me? Can you take me to her? Bijan? Bijan! With a thud, you find yourself on your bedroom floor. Bijan, rushurushade bedar beshi. Your father is calling you from the kitchen.
Weird. Okay. I feel my face just to kind of like in my stomach. Do I still feel sick? The
You
fire.
look down. Your skin is normal. I think you have some residual, just like queasiness, like when you wake up from a bad dream, and it takes you a minute to shake it off.
Is it coming up?
All right, what are you doing to get ready this Friday morning?
Boots morning. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 11. I'm gonna find an old shirt that's like in the hamper that it still could kind of be fresh, and I'll get some shorts from my, like, I guess the drawers. I head down to. I'm gonna head down to brush my teeth, and then head to, I guess, the kitchen to eat.
All right. The first bell hasn't even rung yet. But Daria, you've already been at Glenwood High for over an hour. Daria, would you please describe yourself?
Daria is a 16-year-old, half Iranian, half white European American girl. She has black hair that is pulled back into like two buns that have like a fan of hair out on either side, and like her part kind of goes from the side down across to the other side diagonally, very 2000s.
Oh yes, P.S. This story is set in the year 2000 for our audience.
Yeah.
She's currently wearing just a simple school hoodie with her name on the back. It says Obteen, and it's in the orange, black, and white colors of the school, and some like bootleg jeans.
I will let you know, because
her
I didn't give you a
Converse
heads
shoes.
up, you were currently at volleyball practice still.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, she's wearing her jersey, which is the same colors of her hoodie with the same name on the back, but also the number 27. And it has like a flame logo on it as well, which is the school mascot, the Flames. And she's there on the court with her friends. Maybe probably the addition of a headband to secure her slightly elaborate hairstyle.
I'm just thinking like peak Miranda from Lizzie McGuire right now. Volleyball season is winding down, and the hard work you and the other members of the Lady Flames have put in is paying off. You barely have to glance behind you. It's like you can feel the ball coming up behind as you're in the hitter position this morning. What you gonna do? Oh no, I can't tell if you've frozen.
I think she froze.
Oh no.
She's just
He's
so
in deep
stone-faced.
contemplation.
It's residual.
There's not enough time to decide.
This is what Daria does. She's just happily set. All's well.
It's okay. Just reset.
Yeah. We'll give her a second.
Oop,
There we go.
Bloop, bloop.
there you are.
Well,
have
then,
returned.
my connection dropped. Sorry about that. I'm back.
No, you're good.
It was the witch.
I haven't heard any of the intro, basically. Once you started talking, I started crashing.
No, it's okay. It is very easy to repeat.
Thank you.
Volleyball
Sorry,
season
everybody.
is, hey, it is. What's a Knights of Silvermoon stream without technical difficulties? We're just keeping it in the family.
That's right, Aaron. That's
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
All right, volleyball season is winding down, and the hard work you and the other members of the Lady Flames have put in is paying off. You barely have to glance behind you. It's like you can feel the ball coming up behind you as you're in the hitter position this morning. So what do you do?
If that ball's coming up ready for me to hit it over, then I'm taking that thing and driving it across the net.
And you do not even have to roll. You have practiced so well, and your team is so in sync. You knock it over, and it is beautiful. And I wish I knew more words to describe volleyball things, but volleyball things happen. We will be learning together.
So, is she the setter? Is she the wing spiker?
You know what? You're not in the
The,
scene, Ben,
is
so
she the
I'm gonna need you to
libero?
back off.
So
I like to
right
think,
now,
Ben, that
right
you
now
have,
I'm playing
like,
opposite
a
side
guide
hitter
pulled up
position,
on your
but
screen.
No.
I also sometimes do defensive specialist. So.
I've just watched a lot of Haikyuu, so that is the entirety of my knowledge.
Is that the volleyball anime?
Mm-hmm.
I have heard tales.
It is wonderful. It is my go-to make me feel better anime.
Right on.
All right, Daria, how are you feeling as practice winds down this morning? What's going through your mind?
I feel pretty good about it. You know, it seems like things are going well. I'm a little bit exhausted, but that means that I've been trying hard. So I feel good about that for sure. I kind of look around the court and see what Alex is up to as well, who is my best friend.
Speaking of, Alex, your best friend, a tall girl with brown skin and shoulder-length micro braids parted down the middle and dyed orange on the ends, gives you a high five as Coach McLaurin tells you all to head for the showers. Look, I know you've got to be up early for Key Club tomorrow, but if you want to come over and rent a movie tonight, like, the offer still stands.
I can probably juggle both, right? I mean, I just did out there.
I mean, yeah, we just, like, stay up. Doesn't have to be that late. Like, I think Blockbuster's got something new. We could, if we leave, like, right after school, maybe we'll get this good stuff before it's all gone.
Yeah, that sounds good. I mean, we might end up getting a phone call from my parents, but
it's fine.
I'm sure
it's
it'll be
fine. Yeah. And you go through your routine, quick shower, getting ready for school. The first bell, the warning, rings as you, Alex, and a few other players step into the throngs of students who have finally joined you at the school. This hallway, once intimidating and overwhelming when your family first moved here 3 years ago, is now a source of comfort. You've got a good group of friends and a solid place in the social standing. So what's going through your mind as you head to your first class of the day?
Goodness, what is my first class?
What would you like your first class to be?
Boy, I don't know. Let's start with. Let's get the hard stuff out of the way. Let's do some math.
Let's see. If you're in like
Nothing
a
will
junior,
wake
probably...
a young mind up in the
So I'm
morning.
groggy.
Nothing-
Yeah.
And some
quite like-
intense
Luckily,
trigonometry.
If I hadn't been at practice, then it would be real hard for me.
You're a sophomore, right?
Probably a
Right.
sophomore or junior
Yeah.
if you haven't had your birthday yet.
No, my birthday's still coming up.
Yeah. So yeah, you're probably in like trig at this point. You definitely see a couple of groggy looking classmates just like
So I guess I'm like kind of shuffling through my stuff, seeing if all my homework is there. Between hanging out with Alex and doing stuff for Key Club, which is like the community volunteer group that I help with, and practice. Sometimes the schoolwork kind of gets pushed to the side, so just quickly looking, maybe filling in some things right at the very end to see if I can kind of squeeze it in before we get there. As like I've got it like propped up on a textbook as I'm walking and like trying to write things in.
Lovely. All right, we're going to move just a little bit further in our day now. It's after lunch, and Colby, you're in Mrs. Walker's English class. Colby, would you please describe yourself?
Colby is a 17-year-old. He's wearing a full black hoodie that seems to be like covered in splotches of sawdust, hasn't really been washed in probably a week. Ripped jeans and work boots, but he's too busy to have a different change of clothes. His long, messy blonde hair and just a face full of freckles, green eyes.
Mrs. Walker is lecturing on the importance of journey and symbolism in Eudora Welty's A Wide Path. Colby, I have to ask, did you read the short story for class today?
Mm-hmm.
And this is me as GM asking and not your teacher.
Not even slightly.
Even so, as she begins to review the plot of the short story, something about Phoenix Jackson's story resonates with you. Having to face difficult odds over and over again, help from unexpected places. But that's not something you'd ever share with the rest of the class. What's going through your mind as you kind of hear these like themes coming up?
I hope my sisters got to school on time. Because if not, that's coming out of my ass.
So this isn't the class that you hate the most. It's also not your favorite. And you can't help but get a little distracted by Jessica Welcher, who sits 2 rows up and 1 row over from you. Her shoulders are tense, and she's scribbling something into a notebook.
Can I do that, like, slight lean forward, try to see if I can see what she's writing?
Sure. Let's do our first roll of the campaign.
Oh no!
Make a... Oh, it's all new stats, and I don't know what to call for.
Just roll a
Actually,
d20, whatever.
I'm gonna
A 74.
let you tell me which stat you're using to try to see what she's scribbling.
I'm gonna say...
So that's one thing about the system is feel free to argue any
Can
thing
you explain to me what grit is again?
Let me find the page.
Because that seems to be
Hey,
the only
gang,
thing
we're
that
all-
doesn't have a like yes
a
or no.
D&D, yeah.
Right. Well, it's like I
equivalence.
can't be like, yes, broad. I push the person in front of me out of the way.
Get out of my way.
What are you writing?
We're all learning a new system together. Okay,
Your
grit.
name Jessica. Mine Kobe.
Me go. What you write? Me no understand.
It's true, Scott. It's true, he would.
Make simple.
This stat determines how hard it is to break a character emotionally or physically, aka what I will do to each and every one of you.
Yeah.
Characters with a high grit stat will be able to keep a level head in the worst of situations and will be able to keep their cool even when pushed hard.
Yeah, I'll say grit on that one because keeping cool, trying to be sly as I just kind of readjust and then take a look.
I vibe with that. All right, let me figure out what your DC is while you roll.
What's a Colby dice look like?
I
guess I'll use this new
I do
one.
have my dice.
Make sure you're rolling the right dice because for our
Yeah,
audience at home, this is not a D20 system, so each character has a different die
We're
corresponding
off
to
the
their
edge of the
stats.
map.
Oh boy, that is
want to get cold
a 9.
Oh, yes, then you succeed.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. Because this is not a D20 system, it's not like you're trying to hit 20s all the time.
Cool. Oh, okay. Cool.
20 would be like lifting a car off a baby, essentially.
As I
So-
lift a car off a baby. What are you riding?
Being the baby, lifting the
So
car.
a
There we
lot
go.
of a lot of time we're gonna fall in like the 3 to 9 range for this game.
Okay.
So, so
Me,
you
Colby. Me very strong despite being very lanky and teenager.
Me work for living.
so as you kind of look up, she drops her pencil for a second, and as she leans down to pick it up, you can kind of see what she has been doodling. And it's a lot of flames, which, you know, is not the most unusual thing. Your school is the flames. But it kind of starts off. I'm grabbing my pencil to doodle like anyone can see at home. Hi, Tucker. Living your best life.
Hello.
Oh,
Hi, guys.
sweet boy.
Okay. Sorry, I needed to share that.
Jessica is drawing flames, and then on a different page, just a dog sprawled out.
Right.
That way.
Draw me like one of your French dogs.
Yeah.
So
This is
yeah,
his-
it
believe
kind
it
of
or not,
starts off.
That is his normal pose. He usually stays like that.
So the
Sorry.
flames kind of start off as little doodles and get kind of increasingly more aggressively drawn. Like she's trying to put whatever feeling she's dealing with into the page.
Feel that on a personal level. As a 16-year-old, I feel that. Ugh.
All right,
Yeah,
so Colby, what else is going through your mind this October afternoon? You have any plans to go to the football game tonight?
No, I have work. I'm a working man. Although I don't know which job I'm working tonight. Probably the hatchet place.
Colby,
I-
man of many jobs.
Many jobs. You know, not necessarily a dream of his, but you know, there are worse things to do. Yeah.
All right.
There's a car alarm outside. It's driving me crazy. Better not be my car.
This break brought to you by car alarms.
It's not.
This break brought to you by Cars.
Cars, the movie.
Cars.
But not
Pixar,
Disney.
Gary
please
Newman.
sponsor
Not-
us.
But not Disney or Pixar, just the Cars movie.
You know
The
that one
little
with the
Cars movie,
cars?
the Italian knockoff.
Vehicles, the Italian knockoff.
All right. Rachel,
Hmm.
after a few years at the Ore Motor Company, you were finally moved to first shift. And even though you're one of the hardest workers, it still took some begging to let Mr. Osborne to let you off a little early to go pick up Jessica from school. Rachel, would you please describe yourself?
Sure. Rachel is a 28-year-old woman, or did I have 27? One of the two. She forgets. She is a ever so slightly short, definitely not small by any means, but a lot of other adults are about just under a head taller than she is, so she would often be looking up at you if you were up in her face. She has short-ish not blonde, brown hair, very messy and curly. Often does not
Ooh.
put much makeup on. She's a very hands-on blue-collar worker, very slovenly. Very, often has a look of expectation on her face. She's very task-oriented throughout the day. It's how she gets through. But if you catch her at the right moment, you see a pleasant smile. Brown eyes.
So, Rachel, you and your sister haven't always been the closest, but an 11-year age gap will do that. Something changed over the summer. Now your mother's worried. Well, more than her normal state of overprotective anxiety is. How are you feeling about the situation?
Or Rachel, who is going through ever so slightly more thinking now recently, what with a friend of hers not having shown up in quite a while, who usually is an outlet to kind of vent, recuperate. She's been much more in her head, and this is another little brick on top of the Django Tower. So she's operating fine, and if you were to see her, you probably wouldn't notice anything. But her family would see that she's a bit shorter in a lot of conversations. She's a bit more, yes, what? How can I help this? How can I fix this? How? Please answer this for me, instead of just proposing yet another problem.
Good to know. As you drive north through town in your 86 Ford F-150, past the courtyard and the park, the new subdivision your parents moved into a few years ago, you can't help but feel like time is slowing down. The rays of the sun that's slowly beginning to set, like fingers reaching out towards you. Is this where you thought you'd be at this point in your life?
Rachel has never been that forward-thinking for her goals, but one thing that she does very much love is auto mechanics and just fixing things in general. It was a career that she picked for herself, whereas other people around her would have recommended some other things. She was never much into sports, though she does have a decently athletic build that she maintains with a workout routine. But she begins to feel that she is stagnant. She begins to feel that because she's not moving forward and because she doesn't know how to move forward, she'll start to regress.
Is there anything else going through your mind as you drive through town?
Probably gonna want to stop by the Piggly Wiggly later.
What does she drive?
She
We
drives
said
a
it.
Ford F-150, 1986 model. She's had it for 10 years, got it when she was 17.
I'm sorry, I'm not on call at the time.
How could you not know this aspect about her that I came up apart from?
Sorry!
No, it's a by most standards a beat up old pickup truck, but due to the fact that she maintains it, it is very
This thing's gonna
functional.
run forever.
This thing won't die until it's killed.
Also, I feel like at that point, cars are still built like tanks.
Mhm.
So, like, it's not
skill.
going anywhere.
You could have a bunch of people jumping around in the back of the car and it'd be fine.
And I feel like in high school that happened because there were parties had in fields
Yeah.
and things that happened.
You could
in the
probably
past.
hit.
She
like,
was
a
there for
witch
them.
with it, and it'd be fine. I imagine.
You've definitely hit a deer in it, and the deer was just like,
Oh yeah, at least once, Rachel full on collided with a deer, got out in front, and there was damage, but the deer basically exploded.
Wow.
How fast?
like when
And-
they're country roads, take me home.
And so she simply pulled the deer off to the side, made notes of all the dents, made notes of all the things that she would need to fix, and over the course of 2 weeks went about getting them all fixed up. Though if you were to look at the front of her car, you'd see a bunch of still retained damage that isn't structural. She never touches up the appearance of her car.
I like that. That's cool.
And then to our final character, who is not a player, but is someone that you and the audience will get to know more of. Jessica Welter sits in her last class of the day, jiggling her leg under the desk to try to keep her emotions in check. Jessica is tall, brown hair that leans on the auburn side, 17-year-old, who lately has been dressing more and more to blend in rather than stand out. She wears a simple tee with her low-rise flare jeans, because it's 2000, and Converse. She glances over at the clock. It's never gone so slow before. She'd be paying better attention. Math isn't her best subject, but she can't help it. She hears a laugh and looks up to see Mia laughing, leaning into Zach, who sits in front of the class president. In a perfect world, that would be Jessica. class president, or at very least, vice president, still dating Zach, planning a drive down to Madison to find the perfect homecoming dress. But it had been a few months since she lived in a perfect world. Before the fever this summer, and things began to fall apart. The bell rings, and Jessica blinks back into reality. Where did the last 45 minutes go? That wasn't good. Her mom had already threatened to ground her if her math grades dropped anymore. But she didn't have to worry about her mom. Not tonight. Tonight was Rachel, and maybe a chance to forget everything for a little bit. Dang, I hate when we go through my notes faster than I planned.
Darn it!
Go through them
I
again.
thought we were.
Do it
I thought
again.
we were in an English class. Wow, Colby's really out of it. He's in an English class.
I thought we were in Spanish class.
Colby was in English class.
And Jeff
Uh-oh.
was right in front of him. In
There's a
math class.
different class. No, it's a different
Time.
class in the day.
I know.
Time moves.
Time doesn't exist. Time is a flat circle.
Time is a weird soup.
Arrival.
Nice.
The sun is a deadly laser.
The sun is a deadly laser. Anyway.
All right. Bajan, you're flipping through a few comics in front of the school, waiting for Daria to come drive you home. Why is she running late? She knows what time you have to. You have to be there. Ugh, sisters just don't get it, do they, Bajan?
Never understand me.
Carry on without me. I'll be right back.
No, they don't.
So,
I'm gonna make a.
yeah.
What
you want to do? What you want to do? Tell me.
A grit.
What do you want to do with that?
I'm gonna like perception check, really.
Yeah. Give me a. What are you trying to perceive?
Really just looking for her, or to see if any of the like other high schoolers have started coming this way. If anyone from the volleyball team is in the area, also picking up their brothers or sisters or anything like that.
Make me a.
I think it either to be like brains or grit.
Yeah, make me a brains check.
Okay.
Because you're not gonna have a cell phone to tell you what time it is.
I have a pager or a watch.
It's got a little digital watch.
My D8 disappeared
He's got-
for a second.
He's got a
no.
little Digimon Tamagotchi.
Yeah. Probably have a Game Boy, I imagine. 4. Plus nothing.
I mean, yeah, routines are easy to feel out and judge how time passes. Yeah, students are starting to come out, and most of the time Daria's pretty good about coming like right out, especially when she knows she's taking you home from school. Especially because like this is not your element. You're starting to get a little uncomfortable because more and more people are coming out. This is their place. They're high schoolers. They're older than you. They're taller than you, and there's a lot of them. And you're Bajan. You like things better by yourself, and you're starting to feel a little like I just want to get out of here. It's Friday. Like I am not hanging out. This is not my group.
Suddenly became American Dragon Jake Long there for a little
I was
while.
gonna.
One came by with a really loud headphones
go.
on, you know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna sigh and put away my comic, stand up.
Which comic you're reading? What's Bajan into these days?
He's probably reading like he loves Aquaman, so he maybe not be reading that because he doesn't want to take his Aquaman comics to school because they're beloved to him. But probably something.
I think we discussed
within that
Sonder
realm.
Man.
Sonderman.
Sonderman.
Something like that. Yeah.
Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy.
There we go. If there were, well,
And this is like early SpongeBob,
was
days.
like, yeah. SpongeBob
Someone
was in-
Googled the year SpongeBob came out. Are we
I'll be reading,
historically
like-
accurate?
I'm on it.
I think it's 96.
He probably got it at a book fair, like a Mermaid Man and Barnacle
Yes,
Boy and
this is
SpongeBob
the
Adventure.
days of Scholastic Book Fair.
Yeah.
Take me back, please.
Most
All the
likely one of
nostalgia.
those. So he's reading through that. If not, he's probably reading a book that he was
May
assigned to read by
1999.
his English teacher.
99.
We are in SpongeBob era,
Mhm.
but you have to
The
rush home and
very
catch it
beginning.
live on Nickelodeon.
Mhm. Look, there are going to be enough reruns. That show's just gold for them.
Yeah. All right.
He's gonna put his his Sonderman, Sonder the
Game
Monk.
of Santos is
there
canon
we
in my
go.
universe. I am the
This Game of
universe's
Santos
god, and I
comic
declare
book.
it so.
That'd be really cool.
Wow, the power's already gone to your head.
So my hair is so big.
It's filled with secrets.
That explains a lot.
He's gonna get up and look around, and he's gonna look for like a place that he can stand on top of to kind of like oversee the
Yeah,
area.
so you've kind of been hanging out near some of the steps, like, so you know how you get to like the ledge at the top of the steps. You kind of stand up on that and on your little tippy toes to look and see if you can see her, because I mean it's a high school; it's got a bunch of different entrances. People are coming in and out.
Any of Daria's friends that I maybe recognize?
Not yet, but as you begin to look for her, Daria, you dart down the front steps of the school. Alex
Uh-oh.
forgot to give you the No Doubt CD at practice this morning. I wanted to share it before the weekend. And as you two were wont to do, you got caught up talking about practice, maybe about plans to go to homecoming. You scanned for Bajan. He's supposed to be there on the stairs. But at this point, Bajan, you've probably like moved to like a different set of stairs off of that main entrance, looking around. Like maybe she came out of the side, closer to like the gym.
I'm kind of tall anyway, being on the volleyball team. So I'm just gonna like start waving my arms.
Nice. You do spot a woman that you've seen around your apartment complex. What was her name? Reagan? No. Rachel, that's right. She's got a sister that goes to school here.
Okay, well, maybe she knows where Bijan went to. So I'm gonna walk over that way. Kind of like weaving my way through the crowd.
And as the crowd begins to disperse, they disperse pretty quickly. It is Friday afternoon. You've got, people who are not going to the football game are heading to Blockbuster to get the new releases before they're all out. Being a small town, you don't have that many copies of the big new releases. They are rushing to go get ready for the football game. They're going to go, grab a snack after school. So it's starting to thin out pretty quickly, faster than it would on like a normal day. And so you and Bijan are able to run into each other pretty quickly.
Okay, good deal.
So you do have your brother. Rachel, from inside your car, because you kind of pulled up as the crowd's starting to thin out as the parking lot clears out, you spot Jessica at the edge of the lawn beside the school. Like I said, most of the students have cleared out, eager to get home quickly on a Friday. And just a couple of stragglers remain. But even from this distance, you can tell something is wrong.
Is Jessica parked anywhere, or is she just kind of up on
So
the curb?
you were picking Jessica up from school. So she's kind of on the lawn out alongside of the school and hasn't made her way down into the parking lot to look for you yet.
Rachel will turn off the car, get out, lock it behind her, and start making her way over to Jessica.
Okay. And Colby, you're not lurking, though you've accused of doing that often enough. From the back of the school, where you've paused to gather your thoughts before heading to work, you spot Jessica pacing the lawn. Her body language is familiar to you because you've experienced it before. Alternating wiping her palms on her legs and holding herself tight, stopping to gasp for breath. Jessica's having a panic attack.
There's not much I would really know what to do in this situation. I know usually just time and not being bothered is usually the best thing. At least for me.
As soon as she gets close enough, like within the critical range of shouting distance, where it doesn't have to be a shout, Rachel will start calling out to her. Jess? Jess, you all right?
Jessica has tears running down her face.
Jess?
Something's wrong. I can't breathe. I don't know what's happening. I don't know why I feel like this. There's this fire. It feels like it burns. It feels like it's burning every part of me, and I can't breathe. Rachel, what's wrong with me?
Look, you okay? I'm right here. Are you fine? Sorry. Look, just sit down real quick, and she'll attempt to sit down with her.
As you attempt to help her sit down, Jessica's eyes begin to roll into the back of her head. And you think she's gonna pass out. She slowly takes her arms away from her middle, opens up her palms, fire shoots out.
Well, I'm probably right
Colby
there.
screaming.
Does that fire hit me?
No.
I'm most likely at her from the front.
I'm gonna say she's conscious enough to like hold it out in front, so it's not like she's not trying to burn you. It looks more like a release of whatever you've seen her like building up in her.
What is she doing now after that?
She kind of just like slumps to the ground.
Rachel will scoop her up and take her right to the truck.
All the other three of you have just witnessed this.
Ooh.
What the heck? I try to stop myself from swearing, looking at Bijan. Did you just see that?
I thought that was, that couldn't have been real.
I really want to make a stupid joke, but that's not Colby.
She's like fuming, Sonder, man.
It's like, oh man, that's hot.
What do you mean?
There's a character in my book, who can. She's like the arch enemy of Sonder, and she like has fire abilities. What? That's not real.
There's gotta be a reason for this. A prank, maybe?
Did we hear what Rachel was saying about her stomach?
Jessica?
Yeah. So it was Jessica who had the fire shoot out. I feel like I'm gonna mix you two up a couple of times too. Jessica and Rachel. Yeah, you were all kind of convening on the way out and kind of within like passing distance as this happened. So yeah, Bijan, you would have heard.
Where is Jessica at now? Like, currently?
So she's kind of slumped onto the grass, and Rachel, you're kind of like looking her over in the process of getting ready to like scoop her up to take her to the truck.
Yeah. And with one, as soon as she does scoop her up, I'm trying not to skip in the time, but she's also going to start fumbling for her. Gosh, do we have cell phones? We do have at least some form. And it's going to find a phone in her pocket and start trying to dial 911.
Toby's gonna run up. He's like, is everything all right?
I don't know. She just fainted, and is going to kind of look up real quick at you to see how you react to that statement of fainted.
Mm-hmm. He more just trying to get any information from you. Very
She's fine,
sincere.
I'm sure. She's fine. I'm going to take her to the hospital just to make sure if she's fine.
I think your phone's ringing.
Is her phone ringing?
Does 911 usually call you?
Not usually.
Wrong button.
I am going to pause this here really, really fast. So for the audience, because this is something we've discussed with the players, Jessica is what's called the powered character. she will be joining you on this adventure. And part of Jessica is she has something called aspects.
Super dog.
I can't even tell how he's sitting.
His face is towards us.
He has both paws out front like Superman.
Definitely Superman.
He's singing Soldier Boy.
Sorry.
Oh.
Do you guys know I'm obsessed with my dog? Can you tell?
No.
So there are different parts of Jessica called character aspects, and I'm going to assign some of them to you. And as those aspects come up, you will in turn get to control Jessica as a character for a little bit. So we've unlocked one of her abilities right now. Rachel, I'm going to let you control ability to burst fire out of her hands.
Yay.
A little overpowered, I think.
A bit of a power to control a sibling. Ooh.
Just wait. To remind you also, so she has psychic energy tokens, so you do not get to use powers for free. Power comes at a cost. But while we're
the
assigning
abilities to shoot fire from her hands. Thank you. Notes.
I'm going to go ahead and assign some non-powered aspects while we're here to our other players. So you also get to do things until we unlock some powers. So, Bajan, I'm going to let you hold on to thinks they are being pursued by a supernatural force. Colby, I'm going to let you hold on to very fidgety. Rachel, I'm going to let you hold on to scared of the dark, because you know that about her already. That's something she struggled with even from a young age and never really grew out of. And then Daria, I'm going to let you hold on to very protective of Rachel. And we'll see what other aspects come into play as we continue our adventure.
Nice.
And feel free to prompt each other with these different abilities. Like if you think, hey, I think it would be really good for this to come into play, like...
I think it would be really good for this puzzle if she was super fidgety right now.
Hey, what if we just burn the whole puzzle down?
So
who needs doors anyway?
Mine was being pursued by a supernatural force, like for that to come up.
Yeah, and if... I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know that as you talk to her more when she's not passed out, I can kind of push you into the lead on how some of these come out through her personality so you feel a little more comfortable, because we are all sharing playing Jessica together, which is a cool aspect of Kids on Bikes that I really like.
Heck yeah.
She was going to go Chrissy on us.
Ugh.
Chrissy Crumble.
Chrissy, wake up.
Or Carrie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, homecoming's coming up. It's not quite prom, but you never know when you're going to need a gallon of pig's blood. Anyways.
As soon as she has a good grip on her, Rachel would like to take her immediately to her truck, put her in the passenger seat, and buckle her in.
All right. Well, is she gonna be okay?
She'll be fine. She'll be fine. Just, I'm gonna take her to the hospital. I'm sure she'll be back tomorrow. Sorry, excuse me.
Okay. Well,
Rachel, do you think you're in an okay mind enough to drive, or do you think you're kind of like dropping your keys?
Rachel is very unsure of what to do.
Are you okay?
No, but she's also not, but she'll be fine.
Well, I mean, do you need help getting somewhere?
There's a nurse in the school. Like, I'm standing off to the side, holding Bijan's hand.
I think it's better if she's at the hospital.
Do you? I mean,
can you drive, Colby?
Yeah, I can drive.
Was that real fire?
Rachel's gonna turn to you after you said that and it's just... You saw that too. I'm sure it wasn't. I'm sure she's fine. We just need to get her to someone who can check up on her, make sure that she's good.
I did, in fact, kick James out of the CCRTA account. I didn't, but I don't know what happened there. Anyway.
Well, if you want to help Colby,
yeah,
you can. You know the way to the nearest hospital?
yeah, I can drive. I can drive for you if you need.
Rachel's going to look at her Ford and have a moment of looking back and forth of having someone else drive her precious car, and but then she'll look down at Jessica in her arms and be like, "All right, here's."
Look, I've been driving since I was 12. I have only ever crashed a car once, and it wasn't.
Please don't
fault.
say that. Here are the keys. You go unlock the car, and I'll take her in.
All right, okay. I'll hop behind the wheel then.
All right, Daria and Bijan, what are y'all doing?
Look up to her.
Well, I guess she'll be fine. We should go home.
Do you think she
That
brought
was
something with her?
Really strange, but like, oh yeah, is any of her stuff like around? Or did that all get
Would she,
collected? Did she drop her bag or anything?
Rachel, would you have thought to grab her bag?
I'd probably have grabbed it. As I'm sitting there like, what would I do with my hands? I'm an awkward teenage boy. I will roll down the window and be like, Daria, would you mind getting my sisters? Can they just stay at your place until
Your sisters? Where are they? Are they here?
They're at school. It's fine. I usually pick them up after my shift, but
Yeah,
and
that's
they get to
okay.
stay at like an after school program.
yeah.
Sure, yes.
Cool.
What's the name of the street you live on again?
It's Mareed Avenue.
That one, Mareed Avenue.
Brains to try to memorize that.
Yeah.
The plan, by the way, is for the three. Oh, I'll just say it in character.
But from my understanding, Daria, you would be picking them up from the elementary school because they would have been there for like an after-school program, rather than picking them up from the house.
Yeah, but I need to take them home.
No,
after
if you'll
I pick them up,
just
right?
take them to your place. If that's, I prefer if you just take them to your place. I'll pick them up there.
Okay.
Fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
All right. Do I need to drive back? Am I transporting anyone else?
No, we'll be fine. Don't worry. I can walk from there. It'll be fine.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Now, I'm sure she'll be fine, but we gotta go.
Better, Jessica.
And she will. Gosh, let me check to see if my car has a back seat and not just the back.
Or is it one of those ones where it's like a bench all the way across
Yeah, it's
the
probably
front?
just.
I don't know. I feel like a Ford F-150 had a back seat.
Yeah, there's a back seat. So yeah.
Okay.
She'll get up to the front, direct you inside, and say, "She and I will sit in the back. I'm gonna make sure she's all right. You drive. You know the way, right?"
Yeah.
Okay. And she'll just open the door, gently get her sister in, and then go in after her.
All right. Colby's thinking to himself, why did I do this? Okay. Until drive off. Has this happened before?
The fainting spells?
Yeah.
I
mean, I guess, I don't really want to mention it, but the fire, is she like a magician in her free time or something?
Has Jess ever shot fire from her hands before? No, that has not happened before.
Oh.
Have you seen it?
No.
I'm sure. Maybe she was holding something. Maybe she. God, I don't know what just happened, but I don't know.
All right. Well,
If you're not comfortable driving, I can go into.
No,
We can
it's-
stop. I can get up there.
no, it's more just uncomfortable with conversation. Turns on
Sorry,
the
not
radio.
much of a conversationalist.
Turns on the radio.
We have the two most socially awkward characters in a car together with a passed out teenager between them.
Can you change this? This isn't good.
Most of the stations here are country.
That's fine. Just not this one. They have weird
It's-
messages in between the songs.
It's either like country or it's like early Christian contemporary, like Amy Grant.
Put it on the
Ooh.
country, please.
All right. Well, back to Toby Keith. Alrighty.
See there being like one like Metallica station.
This one.
Yeah, like one classic rock.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
It's just
Is-
some guy in a
is-
basement running the radio station.
Yeah, it's on AM radio.
Is Jessica responding at all? Rachel kind of has her in her lap, her
Yeah,
head there, and she's trying
She's
to check in on her.
she's conscious now. It's more kind of like napping rather than like full out unconscious. Like she seems really weak.
Jess?
Yeah.
Jess, you alright? Oh, thank God.
What happened?
You fainted. You fainted out in front of your school.
Oh, shit. Did anybody see?
Nope.
Colby's here. Colby's driving us. We're going to the hospital.
Don't take me to the hospital. What are they gonna do? They're gonna call mom. Mom's gonna freak out. I'm never
I'm
gonna
not
get to
telling
leave the
Mom
house
first.
again.
We're checking in on you before we're checking in with Mom. That's not important right now.
What do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna call her.
I'm your parent, whatever. Where there's enough of an age difference.
I think the word you're looking for is guardian. I'll be quiet.
Thank you,
Sorry.
Colby.
Sorry.
That's most importantly. Are you aware of what just happened?
What? What's that? And she points out the window.
What's what?
You didn't see that?
That heron?
No, there was a person in the road. There was a woman.
Colby, you watching where you're driving?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
You're not hitting any pedestrians, right?
Not that I know of.
You didn't
I
see
think
an
we
old
would-
woman in the road?
No.
No, we didn't
No,
see
I-
anything, Jess.
I think I would have said, "Oh, hey, there's an old woman in the road." If there was an old woman. I'm sorry. I'm really just. I'll be quiet.
You're fine, Colby. I'm sorry. No, Jess. We didn't see anything. But your hands were on fire.
What, like a fever?
No, your hands were on fire for a moment.
Are you sure you don't need to get checked out?
Maybe I'll check us both in. But the reason Colby's with us is because he saw it too. So unless all three of us all happen to see each other in flames at the moment.
I mean, no offense, Colby. Are you sure you saw fire?
Yes. I mean, it wasn't really subtle.
Anybody else see it?
There were the kids who the Optines, Daria and Bijan. I don't know how many kids in total saw it, but they were offering to help. I think they got. Colby, did you grab her bag?
Yeah, it's in the front seat.
Yeah, we got. But they offered to help. Look, what's happening? A moment before you fainted, you said that you were feeling on fire, and not in the literal sense, at least not how I interpret it. You were doubled over. You were crying. What's happening? Are you okay?
I don't know. I don't know. I wish I could explain what's been going on. I don't know. I haven't been sleeping great. I don't know. I just started feeling like claustrophobic in class, and I had to get out, and I didn't feel great, and it felt like tight, and yeah, like I was on fire. And then you had picked me up and we were in the truck, and Colby's here, and you're talking about fire.
Okay, we're not at the hospital yet. How are you feeling right now?
I mean, I'm
And
kind of
be very honest.
like, I mean, I know you're not around all the time, but that's not exactly the first panic attack I've had. Kind of feeling like I do out of that, like I could take a nap. I don't know, like an icy and some cheese balls kind of sound pretty great too right now.
I can stop for those if you want. All right,
She's
never
gonna
mind.
she's gonna look at Colby, look down at Jess, and say, "Yeah, Colby, let's take a detour."
All right. We can stop at the Exxon.
I'm gonna
Sounds
throw
like a
it
good spot.
way back to a small town southern gas station. It's a Phillips 66.
Yeah, stop at the
There you
Phillips.
go.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
good. I'm not the only one. I was like, all right, a lot of this game is going to be me naming something and
Mhm.
figuring out like how regional that is.
Well, like that's the thing is you didn't live that far from where Trevor and I were. So.
I know, but Trevor didn't know what a Piggly Wiggly
I
was.
was a terrible tourist. I didn't do anything in Memphis.
And I don't. Okay. I'm not going there. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
pull into a Phillips 56.
All right, as we
All
pull
right,
into
Jess.
there, we are going to go ahead and take a quick break. See you all back in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sub.
Ghost and a
Burnt
half.
delicious.
Wait, 1.5.
Welcome back, everybody. And we're Bajan right now. Sorry, I didn't mean to make fun of your 11-year-old
Wow.
Whoa,
Did you
whoa,
guys,
wow.
did you guys ever watch Flight of the Conchords?
Yes.
Yes.
There's the song Albie, the racist dragon.
Well, not anymore.
Not anymore. It was just something about the voice that we did that reminded me of the little Albanian boy.
Badly burnt Albanian boy.
The badly burnt Albanian boy.
Oh well, that's on topic.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
could be. Very well could be.
Oh no. Oh no. Anyways, we hope you've been having fun with part 1 of our first episode. I guess we're here for part 2.
You can find us on Spotify for the podcast version.
Is there?
No.
I'm not doing
If
it.
only.
Oh.
Did for
Aaron,
a
Aaron
stream
actually
before.
is doing it. He just doesn't want to tell us.
He's broadcasting it on AM radio.
No.
You
Yes,
can find us on
that I
all
will do.
podcasting apps, including Audible.
No.
The Welters and Colby Baker pulled over at the Phillips 66.
All right, so we are actually...
shut up! I need ices and cheese balls for my crush.
What?
Excuse
I
me?
don't think anyone knows that except for you
Excuse
and me.
me?
Shut up!
Perez
I don't
Hilton.
like her.
Breaking blog news.
My character doesn't know because he's not there.
I don't like anybody.
We are going
I only
to
like my
actually cut to Daria and Vijan as you were left standing after witnessing this incident. Colby and Rachel and Jessica rushing off to, as far as you know, the ER, and you've been asked to pick up Colby's sisters.
Yes.
What you doing? What's going through your mind right now?
I'm gonna go get him. That was really strange. I'm not sure I believe my own eyes. But apparently everyone around seems to have seen it too. So I'm just gonna go get in my super crummy Honda Accord that's like gold
Ooh,
and
cool.
boxy, and it's got a red interior, and like the driver's side window doesn't roll down, but the air conditioning blows, so that's good.
What part of
Um,
this is crummy?
And so,
We all look out at our driveways like, okay.
What? That's my. I have multiple windows that don't roll down, and my locking mechanism just kind of goes whenever you unlock
no.
it. So,
Colby, how old are your sisters?
probably like 9
Rachel's
and
age.
10. Yeah, they're Rachel's. They're 28.
although actually looking at the layout of the town, the high school and the elementary school are like almost on top of each other, right? Like they're pretty
Mhm.
close.
Yeah.
Do they
Mhm.
share a parking lot? Like, would I just walk over to the
Yeah.
elementary school and then okay,
Yeah.
yeah, so we'll do that then and go get them.
All right. Which one's 9 and which one's 10? For my notes.
Lily is 9. Kaylee is 10.
Okay. So Vajan,
And,
I feel like you would know Kaylee.
10-year-old.
hmm
And Jeremy is 14. I'm kidding.
I was like, who, sir?
And
I have to
Tobias
cause-
is 4.
And Tito is 7, and Rachel Jr. is 3.5.
And we don't much care for Job.
We don't talk about Joe. We don't talk about Bruno.
Who?
We don't talk
I
about
know I didn't just hear that name.
So anyway, so you're gonna walk over to this like after school. It's probably in the cafeteria.
Okay. Yeah.
Set up.
Okay, so we head towards the cafeteria.
As you get there, you see the teacher who's on duty. Yes, can I help you?
I'm looking for the Baker girls, Lily and Kaylee.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just here to pick them up.
And you are.
I'm Daria. I am one of Colby's friends. He had an emergency.
All right. And this is not the first time that someone unexpected has picked up the big girls, but now that she has your name to write down for who has picked them up, you can see she's tense a little bit, but the baker girl situation being what it is, this has happened before, so she's going to jot your name down. If you wouldn't mind signing them out right here and putting the time.
Yeah, right, of course. What time is it right now?
You look up to the big clock on the cafeteria wall. It's probably like 3:45, 3:50 at this point.
All right, I sign my name. I'm a lefty. And,
If you didn't already have inspo, I would give you inspo. Lefties unite.
I just
double
can't write.
inspo.
And she calls the baker girls over and they look a little confused. Hi?
Hey.
Hey, Kaylee.
Oh, hey, Bajan. Are we going home with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's Colby?
I can see that Bijan's kind of wanting to say something, so I'm going to let him say things, break the tension with the girls.
He needed to help out someone, one of Daria's friends, so we're going to take you home. Because we're right there.
I'm sure he'll just be, 30 minutes or something. It won't be long.
Mm-hmm. He was good. He was doing something good.
He just didn't want to make sure you're, stuck here.
Yeah, okay. If it takes a long time, I know Mr. and Miss Bowman's number, and we can call them. We've stayed with them before. They're our neighbors.
Oh, I mean, our parents are totally welcoming. You can stay as long as you need to. I'm sure it'll be no problem. We've got a bowl of snacks in the living room, and it'll be great.
I have comics if you want to.
I don't
see those or Pokemon cards.
Imagining like a bowl of like unwrapped Twinkies and like mandarin oranges that are like already peeled. It's like a weird assortment of things. They're like, okay, technically yes, these are snacks, but there's like a big bowl of them.
Nah, I mean it's mostly like assorted Persian treats of candies, things like that our grandparents have probably sent us.
Kaylee's like, I don't really need I haven't really read comic books, but if you got any that you think I might like, I do know like a couple of Pokemon, mostly just like the kind of cute looking ones, but
I'll give you some if you want, and then we can learn how to play together if you want.
Okay, I don't really know how to play, but okay.
I'll teach you, and then probably by the time you learn, then your brother will be home, and then everything will be good.
Okay. And Lily's just pretty like, yes, Rachel?
Which of the girls was interested in Pokemon cards? This is important for the notes.
This is Kaylee, the older one's been talking. Lily, it's just been kind of like hanging behind her sister, doing that like, I don't really know you, but I'm in 10 minutes. We're going to be best friends, like kid lurk. Like kind of like holding on, like looking back.
Kaylee's got the, got like blonde pigtails, and then Lily's like quiet, smaller, strawberry blonde. Kind of like, yeah.
All right, well, if the girls are ready to go, I'm like, all right, well, come on. My car's over this way.
Okay, thanks for picking us up.
It's no problem.
Damn right, I gave them manners.
That's real sweet.
So I'll have, they can sit wherever they want. If Bijan wants to sit up front with me, then that's okay. If he wants to sit in the back too, I'm gonna let him make that choice.
Bijan, where are you sitting in a car?
Let me do a
Right in
charm.
between the two.
In between the
Charm roll, if
girls.
that's okay.
Yeah. Or
But
what do you
also-
before you roll so I can set a DC? What are you trying to accomplish?
I want to make them feel comfortable, but also my flight response, whether I want to just kind of is this too forward to
Yeah, watch
try
out,
to
bro.
be
Oh, like
friends,
which door are you gonna
Yeah.
go for?
Gotcha.
It's Friday.
Make
Should I?
make a flight roll first, and depending on how that goes, will change the DC of your charm roll.
7. So I get a +1. I got a 6.
Gotcha. What die do you roll for flight? For flight?
For flight,
Yes. I don't know
um,
how.
mine is a D6 total, at a
Okay,
cap.
so you're about average.
Explodes.
What did you? Oh, because you did roll a 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for our viewers at home, Kids on Bikes has a thing where if you roll the max on your die, it explodes and you get to roll it again and add that to your number.
It's like a vampire.
Flash bomb.
That's a 4. So now total.
Trevor, we played too many
11?
games together.
Oh yeah, 11. You are more than you're kind of like, no, it's okay. Yeah, I mean we're helping them out. I could be cool. I'm in 6th grade now. I could be cool.
Go, Bijan, get friends.
Excuse me, sir. Where do you think you're going? Sorry, I'll mute myself.
So now make a charm roll.
4. Explodes.
4. All right. Roll that again. Look at you with this exploding dice.
Yeah, okay. That is a
Gotta catch all the friends.
Total 5, 6, 4, 6 total for that one.
You threw a Pokeball at their hearts.
Oh,
3
I
beats.
captured your heart.
I
Promise you have to damage it first, though. So don't damage my sister's hearts.
at
He paralyzes
You-
them by offering them gifts.
you you go to you've been in the South. You know how to be a gentleman. You go to open the door for the girls, and right as you reach for it, you hear, "Did we find her?"
what?
You hear, "Did we find her?" Right in your ear. Remnants of that dream start to come back, and you accidentally close the door on Kaylee instead of open it for her because you start to open and then and she's just kind of doing that awkward so you
can I play it
are going to you can play it off, but you are going to fail that charm roll. But
Oh.
when you fail, mark down that you have a where's it, Carol?
Adversity
Have an
token?
Adversity token.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So
You
Remember
back
that you
bucket.
failed.
Sorry, there
Don't ever
was
forget.
a
10 years
bug on the
later.
door handle.
yeah.
While he's stressing out, I'm just gonna open the door, and walk around to my side.
So are you going to sit in the back with the girls? Are you going to go sit up front by your sister?
I'll sit in the back.
Okay.
Yeah, you were talking about Dario. It's like.
The
Who's
carpet
driving?
itself,
I'll
That's
drive.
who's driving. The
It's-
wheels in the back.
And
it's
now
a
this is a
descendant of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
I was going to say, what's the Stephen King car movie story? There's
Christine.
a killer. Yes, this is now Christine.
That's a good movie.
Um,
Show me.
Good movie.
You're a good movie.
Thank you.
So you are all in the back seat. Are y'all talking about anything particular? How are you feeling after hearing that whisper? Bijan.
Well, in my head, I'll say, the girl? Jessica? What do you mean?
You
Nothing.
don't hear anything else. Nothing.
I'm gonna reach into my backpack or satchel.
Back.
And just try to start taking shit out and and like show and telling or trying to on the things that I am like passionate about.
All right, make another charm roll.
Ooh, that's a 2.
Okay. I mean, it's a little awkward. So you get another adversity token. It's kind of, I mean, you're 11. You don't quite understand that point of sharing and like over enthusiasm, where you kind of cross that line as kids tend to do.
As I'm like looking in the rearview mirror, do I like see that this is going on? That
Yeah,
he's, like...
Lily's just like staring out the window, and Kaylee's
This is
kind of
Sonder,
like...
man, and he's like the coolest guy ever.
All right.
In the whole gang.
Whatever is currently in the CD player in the car that is like not standard to the car but has been added.
Oh, for sure.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Sorry guys,
just
I'll be
start it.
I'll be right back. I have to take my dog out. He's giving me the look. I'll be back.
2 hours into D&D, and he gives you the look.
He's giving me this look of like, hey, bitch, get off the computer. It's time to go.
Go. It's okay. We'll stay in the scene.
Yeah, and just let the music do its thing instead.
Are you putting in the No Doubt CD that Alex gave you?
Oh yeah, you know what? That's even better. I kind of like when I reach like a stop sign or something, I'll like quick fumble with it and open it up. I'm like, new No Doubt CD, and put it in, and I'm like, you know who No Doubt is?
No.
Well, you should. They're great.
All right. Why don't you also make a charm roll? Here, I'll just pull up your character sheet and look.
Yeah, I can make a charm roll.
Yeah, you're pretty good at it.
There's that shape of dice. I have them all arranged,
I know,
but not in
we
order.
Amongst
Something
a
I've
roll a
never
ton of
used is Sonder.
D10s.
D12s? What is that?
It's the
What is it,
barbarian
D12?
dice.
Yeah.
All right, what'd you get for charm?
6.
Yeah, I mean you're pretty charming. You have a D12 or a D10 in it. They relax a little bit. I mean you're Colby's age, and like you're pretty cool. I mean, have you seen her hair? It's something they will definitely like discuss after. So they're kind of like, oh, this is like cool kid music.
Yeah, I talk about Gwen Stefani a little bit, but just a little, and let the music do most of the talking, hoping that they will also like it. Because what do teens like to do but to share music with other people?
Kaylee doesn't quite understand it, but she's kind of like, yeah, this is cool.
Is Banana playing? Or what is the one?
That's much later.
Oh, okay.
This is still No Doubt era, so it's kind of punky, kind of ska. Kind of reggae.
All right, now we are going to cut back to Rachel and Colby and Jessica.
I pull over at the Phillips 56. I jump out of the car and I run in to go get ices and cheese balls, and they're like, what flavor do you want? I'm like, I don't know, just give it to me.
Rachel, are you going to discuss anything with Jessica when Colby's out of the car?
After she will sit back up and the two are just in the car, Rachel will roll the windows down, open them up, and we'll turn to her and say, so we're not going to the hospital yet.
Okay, good. Because, I mean, you know they tell Mom. Mom would freak out, and I never get to leave the house again. And it's not that, I go a ton of places nowadays anyway, but, I can't stay there, all the time with her.
Do you... I mean, we'd need to talk about it, unfortunately, if you stayed with me. But has something happened at home? Did they say
Like,
something? Do something?
no, I mean they're just mom and dad. They gonna try to worry us to death, but like it's what they do. And mom's been, I mean, she's been worrying a lot. I mean, I had that weird virus or whatever thing this summer, and I mean, I don't know. I just came back from summer and I just don't feel like I fit in anymore.
I'd give you some advice, but I'm afraid I never did that much either. I mean, you're always welcome to stay at my place. There's not much space. I could pull out, throw a few cushions on the floor. I'd need to clean up. It's terrible in there.
I mean, that's kind of what I was hoping for tonight.
You got it. You, I was out of character. I was taking her home, right?
Yeah, she was gonna stay definitely this night, if not the whole weekend with you.
It's Friday, right?
Yeah, your mom has definitely framed it as you need to get to the bottom of what's happening because she dropped her friends.
Oh, this was
She's
a
not going to
planned
school.
hangout. Okay,
Yeah, this was a
great.
planned hangout.
Great.
But it's up to you whether you do the dirt digging for your mom, for yourself, whether you share any of what gets discussed or what happens. But your mom was definitely like, you need to help me get to the bottom because I've tried and she won't open up to me.
Gotcha. Well, you're coming with me. You're spending the weekend. We'll find some stuff to do. I mean, for some reason, I've become the one that mom and dad go to find out stuff about you. You know that that's the case.
Yeah, who thought you'd be the responsible sister? She kind of smiles, not meaning it with any like
I hate
malice.
being the responsible sister. I'm not. But I mean, I'll be frank. I also, if you're not doing well, I don't know what I could offer, but if you at least need someone to talk to about stuff. You know me, I'm no spy for mom or for dad, but I promise the weekend won't be about this. As long as you're fine, because if you end up needing to go to the hospital, we're going to have to go to the hospital.
I mean, I'll tell you if I think I need to go to the hospital. If
I trust
fire
you for that.
shoots out of my hands again, you can take me to the hospital.
I will put down a hard line that if fire shoots out of your hands again, and that won't be the line of telling mom.
I mean, but I think if
But
you learn
that
anything from
would
that Drew
change-
Barrymore movie, like they'll probably try to lock me up if that is the thing that I have
No
actually
one's gonna
done.
lock you up, Jess.
I mean, Firestarter was a movie.
What's a movie? You think it's that? Are you psychic?
Are you thinking of the number
Do you have The
3?
Shining?
Are you thinking of the number 3?
I wasn't thinking of a number. Should I?
Okay, no, then I'm not psychic.
Well, shoot. We're probably gotta get Colby dropped off. I don't know why he had him drive us. I could have driven us.
Why?
I did not know what to do. I was very thrown off. I mean, I've seen that happen before,
Yeah,
but I had not seen the rest of what happened before.
You let somebody else drive your car. You must have been really freaked out.
I'm gonna sleep in her for the next couple of nights to reform our bond. Make sure myself.
Rachel, I don't think that's
Don't read into that.
I
It's
don't
not
think
gonna
that's
happen.
really
Whatever.
healthy.
Okay.
I only sleep with her sometimes. Here comes Colby. I do not sleep in my car every night.
You guys, so I wasn't sure what you wanted, so I got 3 different flavors of the icy. So here's the raspberry one, the cherry, and then the Coke flavor. It just whatever. And here's like the comically large size of cheese balls.
Wow.
Why are you
Colby.
guys just staring at
Do you have the
me?
receipt? How much do I owe you?
Don't worry about it.
I mean, Colby, you just bought us like a lot of snacks. We are gonna cover that. I mean, this is my stupid request.
No, don't.
Colby, I'm
No,
paying
like-
for this. Colby,
It
Colby.
was-
you did us such a solid just now. You're good. How much was that?
I would prefer if the gas station owner is a friend of mine, so he let me take them. So
I'd like to brains check to see if I can figure out if he's lying to me.
So that is actually going to be a charm check,
A
I
charm
believe,
check.
because charm is also reading into people.
do I need to roll?
Yes.
What do I need to roll?
There's not a deception check.
So
I
I
I
seem
would-
to remember
I would say
flight
roll-
was what is used for getting for like
Or
worming your
every
way
situation,
out of
not just
verbal
physical.
Yes.
situations.
Let's make a contested charm versus flight check.
Game on,
Oof.
Colby.
Okay, so it explodes.
Oh, then you win.
No, not necessarily.
Mine was a 3.
Okay, then yes, I do win.
Wait, but we need to know by how much because we need to know who controls the
well,
narrative.
Okay, well then I'll roll again.
Take that explosion.
It's a 6 in total.
Oh,
This is
okay.
like our first combat is over
Yeah,
whether
we
he
just
paid
fought.
for the
Colby and I
ices.
just fought.
Yeah.
And you lost.
And he beat the shit.
All right. So, Rachel, I want you to explain how you try to like read into Colby, and then Colby how it doesn't work.
Rachel is gonna give him a couple seconds of a scan stare, just seeing if he crumbles under her gaze.
And I feel like everyone at work knows the Rachel Welter stare. Colby,
Maybe
this is
still.
your first time under it, but this doesn't affect you.
Honestly, in comparison to looks I've gotten from my mother, it's nothing.
Well, if you say so. Thank you for thank you for the treats. I will take that cherry one. Unless you were calling it. Were any of these for you, or did you get 3 for the 2 of us?
No,
Or
I
3 for the
just-
one of us?
I just grabbed 3 and would let you guys pick whichever ones you wanted.
Well, I will take the cherry. Thank you very much.
All right,
Um,
cool.
yeah.
You pick between the two, Colby.
No, it was your request, so you get to pick.
She's gonna grab the Coke one, open up the cheese balls, and like offer them up to Colby to take one first.
He will take one and just pop it in his mouth. Says, so where are we going to next? We still need to go to the hospital?
No, we're fine. Where do you need to go? I think
Oh.
looking at Jess for a like, approval
don't-
nod. We're
don't
good.
worry.
Yeah, no,
Don't
no,
worry about me. I can make my way back.
no. Rachel can drop you off wherever. Trust me.
That was like a 5-minute drive, and
Yeah.
that would be about a 20 to 15-minute walk. So
she loves this car, so like any chance she has to show it off, like
I mean, I really just need to go back to school to pick up my my car to go get my sisters and then go. To
all
work.
right then, into the back or up
All
front.
right. He'll.
But I'm
climb
driving
into
this
the
time.
back.
Thank you for driving last time.
Mm-hmm.
And Rachel will
he's-
get into the car.
Now
Yeah.
that he's sitting in the back next to Jessica, he's like,
yeah, no, I'm gonna say that as you like climb into the back seat, and so Jessica, who's been kind of like slumped over to one side, is like getting a little energy. She got a little sugar back in her. You accidentally brush hands in the process.
Oh,
How does
God.
Colby react?
oh shit. Like does that thing where he's like pulls away his hand, like, oops, sorry, didn't leave it, like puts his hands in his pockets and like sits like this, his hands in his pockets,
Please do not spill any IC
We
or
wouldn't
cheese
dream
balls.
of it, Rachel. And you see she's gonna like look at you with her cheese ball fingers. She's just gonna.
Is looking at me or looking at Colby?
No, I'm looking at Rachel with my cheese ball hands just like right next to them.
I'll know who did it.
I'm kidding. I'm not.
It'll put a real mar on this weekend if I find a bunch of cheese in my car.
I'm not gonna put cheese dust on your car. Calm down.
That's right, you won't.
No.
Anyway, we're going back to school
down.
now. I'm very calm.
You would literally make me go to the hospital if I got cheese dust on your car.
Yeah, I'd break your arm.
Car anyway.
I'll send you to the hospital.
I know you would.
All right,
sorry,
we're gonna
Colby,
take you back
I told
to
you
school.
She really likes her car.
I do.
No, not a problem. Not a problem at all. My mom really likes her stuff too, from time to time.
Don't we all?
I almost asked Aaron, like he's DMing, because I got to like play for a second. I was almost like, oh, would we know? I think Rachel more so than Jessica would kind of maybe have an inkling of what he means by that. Because it's a small town and gossip runs.
Won't bring it up, and we'll instead get him to the school to pick up his sisters.
Think you're picking up the car at the school for clarification?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, at this point, I mean, you've got like the parking lot on the side by the football field where you can tell like all that has started, but over on the far side, you've got like your one lone car.
As we pull up, you will notice that on the right side of the car, the mirror is busted in, and there's a large scratch along the side of it.
On your car or mine?
On my car.
What kind of car does Colby drive?
It's probably like a station wagon, or like
a Buick or something.
Yeah, or like a Volvo, something like that. Like, definitely it was his mom's car, but his mom doesn't really go places much, so he uses it now. Like the epitome of hand-me-down car. Yeah, there's I'll even say like the wood side paneling is like really scuffed up and nasty, and yeah, just on the right side.
Rachel, how does this car make you feel?
Seeing this car, even like from a distance, it's like suspension is off. And just seeing like, ooh.
Colby, would you have brought in a
car?
car?
Turn it on, it sounds like a pod racer. It's
working.
Yeah.
Colby, would you have brought the car in to get fixed after the thing?
Probably not.
Okay. Good to know.
Hey, Colby,
with my money, no.
Just so you know, as like he's getting out or getting ready to get out, not to be blunt, but if you ever needed like a car checkup, we all need our cars to get around. I might be able to take a look at it on the side.
Well, I appreciate that, but I don't really have the money to take care
It would
of that
not
right
be. It would not be the same as going to the motor company. I do this sort of thing all the time.
Sure. I'd appreciate that.
It'd have to be after this weekend, but
of course. Yeah.
Sometime this week, I'll swing by when I know you're free. I'll see what I can do.
I was so tempted to have it. It's like, is this one of those like crank start engines? It was like, no, we're not that far back. It's only 2000.
The radiator.
I mean, definitely to get the window down. It's.
Oh yeah, of course. But it, like, the muffler's all messed up, so like it will like pop when it turns on, and like the catalytic converter is probably gone, so it like sounds like a blender as it turns on, and it's the saddest thing.
Maybe we're not at this point timeline wise, but when Colby turns on the car, whenever he does, and just the Jessica could like look up front and see Rachel from behind just go.
You gotta give it some love. It takes a little bit of like hitting the wheel. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. You guys can go on ahead. Not even a problem.
All right, thank you, Colby.
You're gonna stay.
Thank you very much.
Make sure his car drives, aren't you?
Hmm?
So you're gonna stay here till you make sure his car actually cranks, aren't you?
Depends on how long he takes, but.
Please go.
All right, we were just talking, and is gonna turn on the car and then like sit there for a moment.
This might take a little while. Please go.
Jessica will roll down the window. Hey Colby, thanks for helping out. Rachel must have been really freaked out to let someone else drive the car.
It's the least I could do. We've all been through tough spots, and we all need somebody there for us.
If you could maybe not tell anybody else that I like passed out and may or may not have shot fire out of my hands.
Who would I tell? I don't really. No, you don't have to worry about that. I won't tell anybody.
Thanks.
All right.
Bless you.
Rachel will slowly start to leave.
Thank you, please. As Colby like goes around the back of the car and like opens the trunk, and there's like the false bottom where like you have to pull up and like your toolbox is in there. As like he sees that you guys are out of sight, he pulls out the toolbox like, all right. He goes in there and starts like banging on stuff in the engine.
And you see like someone who's like warming up their saxophone with like the big marching band hat. It's just like,
What do you want? Get out of here.
and they just like kind of turn to go.
Don't you have
practice
music to do somewhere? Don't you have to go be musical? Shut up.
In the car, Rachel's after driving for a couple of seconds is going to look up in her rear view mirror in that way to look at Jessica, and it's going to be just so. Colby's a nice boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what?
What? I'm just talking.
Yeah. You're implying. You sound like Mom.
Oh, okay. We're done with that joke now. Do you want to rent a movie? We're changing the subject. What do you want to go to Blockbuster?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, we can get something.
I mean, if you're not in the mood for a movie, I just don't have any.
No, I mean, I don't think anyone I know is going to be there. I think they're all going to be at the football game probably. So, I think we could stop by and maybe not see anybody.
We should get this one.
Trying to avoid the crowd still.
The Phantom Menace.
I loved that movie as a kid. It's still a good movie. Prequels hold up. Anyways.
Question.
Yeah.
What month are we in?
We are in October. We're in early October.
Okay.
All right, we are gonna. I also don't have food for the night yet, so we're gonna stop off at Blockbuster, and then we can either get a pizza or something from Piggly Wiggly.
I mean, we can.
I said that real weird.
We can.
Piggly Wiggly.
A Piggly Wiggly.
Piggly Wiggly.
Piggly Wiggly.
We can.
Piggly Wiggly.
I mean,
Ah.
I feel like the Pizza Inn is probably gonna have a lot of people there before the game. We can just get something Piggly Wiggly, and then we can just get something for like breakfast or movie snacks, and get something popcorn and stuff too.
Excellent. Sounds good. You all right back there?
Yeah, I promise I'm fine. Probably just got like, lightheaded from the panic attack.
From the fire.
The alleged fire.
The alleged fire. Mass hallucination is a thing.
I mean, yeah,
I
it's
remember
just like,
I was not paying much attention in history class, but when they started talking about like all those nuns that started meowing, that was really weird.
no, right. I went to the library and like looked it up in the encyclopedia because like that's so weird, right?
What the hell?
Like, and then the dancing, the one where they like
Yeah.
danced until they died.
You know me, and I've got 4 left feet, but I could not imagine dancing until you die. That sounds
Right?
like
That's like
the worst pain.
yeah.
Especially if you were a bad dancer like I am, and you just know people are judging you for it as you're dying. They're judging you for going insane, and they're judging you because you're not looking good as you're dying.
You probably would have like been responsible for taking out half the town. Just
Oh yeah, I
running
would have been
into
on the
them.
other end, like the other end suppressing that. That sounds secondhand burn.
All right, we are now going to shift to Daria and Bijan, who are bringing 2 new people home with them that mom and dad were not expecting. What do you call your parents?
I just call mom and dad.
Just call them mom and dad. Okay.
George
Cool.
and Cindy, and that is not their names.
Mork and Mindy.
Mork and Mindy.
Karush and Barbara.
Yeah.
Hey,
Justice
Karush.
for Barb.
Hey, Barb. What's up? No.
It's Dr. Obtine and Dr. Obtine.
That's true. They're both doctors.
That's right.
Whenever
Doctor,
anyone,
doctor.
Yo,
whenever
that's my real life, though.
when my mom first met my granddad on my dad's side, he was like, "Please call me Mr. Goble." Instead of like Dad or
So
Dave, it's Mr. Goble.
Both my parents are doctors, and so my mom went by her maiden name because everyone would be like, "Oh, hi, Mr. Dr. Pratt." It's like, no.
We want to play with
Mr.
that.
Dr. Professor.
Like, where mom is Dr. Fowler Epstein.
Well, so actually,
Or-
like, it's a fun cultural thing. Our mom is American, so what
Mhm.
they decided to do would be, like, well, I guess our dad's American too, but our mom is white American, he's Iranian American. What an Iranian woman would do culturally is actually not take her husband's name. It would be to retain her last name. So
Ooh.
I don't know how they decided to swing that, but
It
maybe
definitely
hyphenated it.
Right. Because she maybe would have wanted to,
Mhm.
possibly.
Right, exactly.
Though her pops probably would have been okay with her keeping her last name if
Yeah. All
Fowler
things
Epstein.
considered.
Be right back, please.
Something,
Continue
yeah.
again.
All right. So as you two come into the apartment with 2 additional figures, what do you
Yeah.
do?
I guess first thing, is the door locked when we get home?
No, I think this is a Friday afternoon, or like getting into evening at this point.
Okay.
So it's closer to 4:30. I feel like your dad probably stops taking clients a little bit earlier on a Friday to get home to meet you there.
Okay, groovy.
So your dad is definitely home. Your mom might be swinging by to grab a pizza on the way home.
I feel like our family probably pays for the covered parking spaces at the apartment complex. So we're gonna park under one of those.
Hey, thanks for the raid, Bards.
And head on over. Hey, Vards. We just got back home to Bijan and I's apartment. Well, our parents' apartment.
Yes.
But so
We have met our characters. We have met someone who shot fire out of her hands before passing out, and now we are kind of exploring the after.
So I'll go ahead and open the door, and usher the kids in
Mm-hmm.
ahead of me.
Hi, who's this? Your dad asks.
Oh, hey, Dad. It's Kaylee and Lily Baker.
Baker.
Their brother had an emergency and needed to drop one of the girls off. So we said we could take him home for a bit.
Is everything okay? Do I need to check on anything or call anyone?
I'm sure it's okay, Dad. Jessica Welter actually fainted at school.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did she have someone to pick her up? Does she need anything?
Yeah, her sister Rachel was there, so they went off to the hospital. That's why we have. And I point at Kaylee and Lily.
Well, it's.
And I'm like trying to like say it like quietly.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, he's definitely gonna like pick up on that. Well, it's very nice to meet you, Kaylee and Lily. Welcome to our home. Is this a no shoes home?
Yeah.
If you
1000%.
If you would not mind, we are a sock family at home here. But if you wouldn't mind leaving your shoes at the door, we've got snacks. Do you need water? Do you need juice or anything?
We don't get juice at home.
Oh no!
We barely get water.
Yeah, our home is your home. I'm gonna grab the Pokemon cards.
I'm kidding, but
Okay.
And depending on like
maybe not.
how traditional Dad is, he's
Mhm.
probably got like in our
Yeah, I'll
in
definitely
our
like
living
let you
room,
take the lead on that.
we've got like a big like a European style couch, but then also like off in a corner somewhere, there's gonna be like a bunch of cushions basically out on the floor with like a big blanket too, and
Oh,
like
I
a
want
really
to go
low
like
table.
read in that corner in your apartment.
So yeah.
Lily finally starting to warm up goes, could I have some juice?
I can get it.
Thank you.
And I'll go be helpful and get juice. And that was Lily who asked. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
Kaylee, do you want a glass too?
Sure. Yeah, thanks.
Here, come on.
Back with Pokemon cards.
I'll take them with me into the kitchen.
Oh, poor Bajan, right? As he's like, and then
I
like
got
they've
the-
got into the
Aw.
kitchen.
Hey, you want to see my my holographic Charizard?
There's a Tyranitar.
All right, yeah. I
guess
go and
guess
get the
Generation
glasses
2 would
and
be out by now.
pour a glass and hand one over. Not one this big. And then, you know.
Yeah. They're, well mannered. They're gonna say, thank you. Thank you so much.
It's no problem. And then I'll pour Bijan a glass too, because I imagine he wants one. And then, like, from the kitchen, Bijan Jun, Bia,
Oh,
come here.
I'm coming.
And juice.
Yeah, thanks, Tori. You don't have to call me Bichon Jun for them.
They don't even know what it means.
Yeah.
And then I turn to them and I say, it means dear Bijan.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Kaylee's gonna go, hey, Bijan Jun, you could show me those Pokemon cards now.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Watch yourself, son. Watch yourself.
I brought the cute ones if you want to see.
Yeah.
This one's Pikachu. You probably know Pikachu already, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This one is a Jigglypuff,
Oh, cool.
and I'll like list
Mm-hmm.
different Pokemons that are here, and I'll like start to explain the game, and how the energy cards work and all that.
I'm gonna
Gotcha.
excuse myself and go to my room.
This is, I mean, you're 17. This is a kid's conversation.
You're leaving this young boy alone with Pokemon cards and 2 girls? Who knows what could happen?
I trusted you with the safety of my
Bijan
sisters.
plays the seduction card.
No, they're nerds.
You've activated my trap card.
Statistically, nerds are much worse at it worse about it than the other kinds.
And I do. I
And
don't
then
want
you
to
tap the 3 mana in order to play this spell. It's an instant, and it's so it can be on your turn.
No!
It's just all the card games.
What were you asking, Bijan?
I'm gonna
Go
try to
fish.
do brains to like really teach them, rather than like this is something he's passionate about and cares about. So like he'll want to explain it well to them so that they can get it, and then maybe play before they have to leave.
Yeah. Roll me a brains.
6 there. 6 total.
Okay.
The adversity tokens, how do those?
So
They add up. With,
yeah, you can spend them to hit a DC.
If I use the 2 that I have now, and that makes it a D8, does that explode the dice, or is it just set
No,
like that?
it would just help you meet the DC.
Then I'll use that. I'll bring my 6 to an 8.
Just spend 1 to hit a 7. I'm gonna say 7 is your DC. And so then you did succeed on that now. So you realize, okay, I'm getting a little, let me slow it back and like walk her through so she understands. So Lily's still kind of, just holding on to like the Jigglypuff because it looks really cool. But Kaylee's starting to like follow how to play the game.
Yeah, so that's basically it. Do you want to try it out?
Yeah, sure. And I feel like at this point is when Colby is going to show up. Colby, do you know where they live? Did y'all exchange that? Okay. Is there anything, what's going through your head as you drive through town to get down to their apartment complex?
Probably like, shit, that was so awkward. What was I doing? And then realizing, oh wait, there's their car. Oh wait, they live here. Damn it.
Oh yeah, because they would have
we all-
they would be you went in the same place. Oh, it's
Oopsie
definitely.
poopsies.
Well, no, because Rachel and Jessica were
That's
going by
right.
Piggly Wiggly first, so you
Oh,
would not run into each
yeah.
other in the parking lot.
Okay, it's like, we gotta go. Nerd, stop playing with your cards.
So-
Your pogs.
So I think you know vaguely
You're not
where
I'll turn
Jessica
civil.
lives, but I don't think you know that Rachel lives down here necessarily, because you
I see.
would relate Jessica to her parents' house, which is in the new development closer to the school.
No, that's right, because
Oh, that's cool.
Mhm.
cool.
I live on my
So-
lonesome.
But now you're gonna recognize the truck and be like, "Ugh."
Oh
Yeah.
no!
Wait a minute. Yeah.
That's
I'm like
not
sitting in the
okay.
car and the window rolls down. Welcome back, Kobe.
Why are
I know
you
what you're here for.
My sisters.
Oh, that's right. The window goes back up.
It's stuck halfway.
You have to like knock it back into place, and then it keeps going up.
No, she then ducks beneath it.
Okay. Yeah. I'll bark and go up and get the girls.
All right, Daria and Bijan, you hear a
I'm
knock at the
gonna
door.
go drive around and like leave it in neutral so I don't have to do the whole business again.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like sprinting up the stairs, like, don't steal my car, don't steal my car. Yeah. Hello.
And Dr.
Yeah.
Abdeen will answer the door. Uh,
Hi-
Colby?
yes. Are my sisters here?
Yes, come in, please. Come in if you just don't mind taking your shoes off.
Oh, and he'll like take a second to like untie his work boot and then like do all the weirds, get it off. So it's like one of those ones where it's like it has way too much lace, and so like he has to wrap it around his foot just so it stays at the right amount. Yeah, I'm gonna put him there. Okay. Lily, Kaylee, where are you? We gotta go home.
And you see just like the table covered in Pokemon cards. And Lily goes, I got a Jigglypuff.
Wow, that's real great, Lily. I don't know what that is, but you sure have it.
Kaylee is gonna help you start picking up the cards, Bijan.
Okay. So you can take some of these home if you want. I'll give you. That way you have a fighting set.
Oh, are you sure? I mean,
Yeah, I got a bunch
they're
more
your
in my.
cards.
No, it's good. I have a bunch more in my room. And she can take the Jigglypuff. That's okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I have 3 of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'll like get her together a set and give that to her. But if you ever want to play in school, just let me know. I'll be at my table by myself.
Yeah. I'll come see you at lunch on Monday.
All right. Well, girls, you remember tonight is spaghetti night, so we gotta go. I'll leave you with the neighbors, and then I'll go to the store, and then we'll make spaghetti. Is that all right with you girls?
Yeah.
Cool. And it's Friday, so let Mama rest. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, was Jessica okay?
Yeah. She I think her blood sugar just got low after that.
Oh, does she have diabetes?
I didn't.
One of our
See,
aunts has diabetes.
I
and she
didn't
has to
think
take-
it polite to ask that.
Oh, okay. I hope she's okay.
Yeah.
Did she do the?
No, she didn't do that again. I didn't ask her to do that again. Sorry, what was your name?
Bijan.
Right. Sorry, Bijan.
You're Colby, right?
That is my name. Yes.
Like the cheese. I'll remember that. Middle name
Right.
Jack.
the cheese.
I adore
Unfortunately,
These
Unfortunately,
freaking characters.
now that I'm thinking about it,
the updates are so great.
yes, my middle name is Jack, and my parents named me after cheese. Wow.
Ooh. That's
Call
cool
me
to me.
Jack.
Oh boy.
I
Well,
won't tell anyone if you don't want me to.
and I feel like I have a lot to think about today, apparently.
Yeah. You want a Pokemon
Jeez,
card?
man.
I'm good. I think you need those more than I do.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Bijan, Kaylee's gonna come up and do like an awkward, quick like hug. Thanks for the cards again.
Sure.
And is gonna like quickly like head to the door to put her shoes on.
Did Daria leave?
At
She's
this point,
in her room.
I will have been changing into like big wide leg like olive colored pants with like zippers at various points at like one so you can unzip it and turn it into capris, or if you want you can unzip it and turn it into shorts even higher up, but they're like kind of shorter shorts.
The segmented zipper shorts.
Yes.
Exactly.
The
I had a pair of
Frankenstein.
those.
Iskra did her homework.
and like kind of like a black jacket with like the pointless little like military loopies on the top. And like the pants also have like a rectangular like checkered flag, like big long patch that runs down one side of them.
Those came from Hot Topic.
And so then yeah, getting done with that, she's gonna be going into the main room to use the landline to call Alex and see if she still wants to get a movie. So right as you're asking about her, she opens the door and comes out into the main room.
And I'll have $1 million. Well, Daria, thank you for taking my sisters.
Yeah, don't mention it. Is Jess all right?
Yeah, she's fine now. I think I don't know what that was, but I think afterwards she just had low blood sugar and a bit of a panic attack, and
I mean there's
I'm
like
not
all the
gonna-
kids around. I'm not gonna like probe, but I really
Look,
want to. So it's like
I know so much less than you are projecting onto me. I simply drove the car.
well, I mean, she's not gonna go press
All
it.
right,
She
cool.
wants to, but she
All right,
really wants
girls, let's
to.
get in the
so-
car. Quick, before it dies because it's currently idling in the street. I don't know if it's even
Like
fully stopped yet.
parallel to, not parallel, perpendicular to the street.
Just blocking traffic.
Ghost
Nobody will
riding,
honk at me.
just ghost riding a little bit.
It's
On
a
an
rolling
incline.
stop, so it's like it's actually on the road, still slowly moving. You just never put the brake on. It's just like, okay, I gotta go fast.
Or what is it in Little Miss Sunshine when the van doesn't have a brake anymore and they just have to like coast in?
Mm-hmm. That's exactly it. All right, I will thank everybody again, and
Dr. Abtine is gonna say, anytime you need the girls to come by, it seems as though Bajan had a good time.
That good. Yeah, I may ask that of you in the future. I don't know if you know too much about our situation.
A bit. You don't have to
Right.
go in any further.
I appreciate that. I will have to go. I need to go drop the girls off. Then I need to go beg my boss not to fire me for missing my shift, and then I'll get dinner ready for him. So thank you again. We've got to go. Have a good weekend. And he'll usher the girls out and throw his boots back on and go, okay, get down, get downstairs.
See you, cheese man.
Yeah.
I feel like Dr.
Yeah.
Abtine is going to turn to Daria and say, that boy seems very nice. He's got a lot going on in his life. It may be a bit awkward, but he seemed nice.
Yeah, Colby's a good guy.
Yeah,
But
he seems cool.
Bijan, did you enjoy yourself with friends? It was
Yeah.
nice to see you have someone over to play the hokey cards with.
Yeah, I have I've seen Kaylee around a couple times. We have 2 classes together, but we just never really hang out. But yeah, this is cool.
Yes, anytime you want to ask them over if they need to come over.
Okay, if they want to.
Of course.
And we'll do that sort of thing where, like, I open up the door since it's rolling. I'm like, get in there, go.
Oh, they
And
are
then-
well aware. They like hop in, buckle, and are like, "All right, Colby, We're good.
And you all hear, from upstairs, you hear down on the street. Because there is no more. There are no
Yeah.
no muffler on our tailpipe. As
At
it was
some
stolen.
point, as you're like turning out of the street, it goes.
No.
All right.
Wherever Rachel is, she just like goes. So,
Speaking of, in the middle of Jessica doesn't spend a whole lot of time in Blockbuster. She grabs something that looks vaguely interesting that's got a celebrity on the front. She
don't rent Ghost. Can we rent
What?
something better?
Someone name me a movie.
There's like Aliens, there's
Yeah.
E.T., there's all these other things.
There's a lot of movies that have been out by the year 2000.
Don't rent
Yeah.
Ghost, please.
I'm not. That is Mom's movie again. Like,
Dude,
Why
where's
did
my
I-
car?
it's not my.
If
I
you
don't
do
pick
Patrick
Ghost.
Swayze, at least do Dirty Dancing
You were looking at it though.
or Roadhouse.
We'll get Alien, okay? The first one.
All right, Aliens is better, but whatever.
That also does have Patrick Swayze. He's the little tongue alien that comes out.
Mhm.
Alien is better than any of those other ones.
The Sixth Sense came out that year.
Bruce Willis
We could also get Lost Boys.
And Castaway.
Hook was out by now. Why are we not watching Hook? Come on, guys.
We should always be watching Hook.
I have a
Hook is
monitor
in
right
Mom-
here. It should be playing Hook. All
Hook
the
is in
time.
Mom and Dad's place.
Yeah,
Oh,
I have the VHS.
you can always watch The Nutty Professor.
Ooh, The
At some-
Exorcist came out.
At some point, Jess, you need to
But no.
just go get Hook and bring it over to my place. Even
Okay, we'll do that. So you two are gonna get Alien and then head over to Piggly Wiggly
Mhm.
to get some food.
Yes.
Rachel, are you gonna be on the lookout for anyone in particular at Piggly Wiggly?
Yeah. Seeing if I know that her shift is not super consistent. It's very much an open availability. But sometimes Lacey's here.
Mm-hmm. Roll me a. I'm gonna let Fate decide. Roll me a D20, 10 or up, and she's there.
That's a 2.
Oh, you take a
Adversity
look
points?
around. 2 to a 10 is going to be a lot of adversity tokens.
Yeah.
Besides, this is more of a fun. We're going to
Oh,
let
do
Fate
you-
do it rather than a.
Do you get adversity
Do I get
tokens?
Yeah.
I thought
I
it was
contested
per...
Colby earlier. Did I get
Yeah,
an
I thought it was-
adversity for that or no?
Is it per failure?
No,
or is it
it's
Oh,
per
point-
failure.
Okay.
So you get one if you fail a roll, not like a combat
By
roll.
how much?
Gotcha.
Not by how much you fail.
No, by how much you fail is only in like a combat situation, and it gives control to certain people based on how much there's failure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't sure if you were getting like 8 adversity
No,
tokens
it's always
for...
just 1 per failure.
Okay.
We're not getting too crazy here.
Oof.
Wasn't even really a test, I'm sure.
This is not
Just the fate
inflation.
thing.
What do you
Just
think
realized-
this is? Chuck E.
Yeah.
Cheese? We're just handing out tokens?
Yeah,
Yeah.
This D20 is just a. I want to let
Yeah.
fate decide.
Such a fucking
Jess would see Rachel kind of in between the aisles of grabbing cheap junk food and microwavables. Just like looking at the counter, poking in other aisles.
Are you expecting to see somebody here?
Wondered if Lacey might be here tonight. She
She-
doesn't seem to be.
Yeah. Just to make a charm roll on you
Oh no.
to see if she can read that. I don't know if you're supposed to use charm this way, but I like insight.
I
It's
like
my
it as
favorite
such.
D&D roll. So
Knowing folks, the charm roll. No people.
Insight check.
Okay. She rolled 14, which is pretty stinking good.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Roll flight to be evasive.
Should I roll flight? It's not going to beat that unless I
if you
explode.
if you want to kind of evade it, then yeah, roll flight.
Gonna be aloof.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm
Ooh,
pretty
can you
sure
use
my
grit to
flight
be aloof
is
too?
my worst skill.
I would say flight is aloof. Grit is more like stone faced.
Gotcha.
Flight's a D4, so here's hoping we get a couple explosions. That's a 3.
Oh, she is reading you like an open book. So what does she... I think she picks up on that Lacey might be more than just like looking out for your best friend, but she's not going to push any further into that.
Girlfriend.
The amount of times that she seems to look around, hopefully, even after she says she's probably not here, is definitely like...
Mm-hmm. There's a little bit of a wistfulness in those looks. All right, as you two head home, put in a movie, make some food, and start to drift off in the evening. Tell me,
I was just going to briefly say the apartment is very small. It is for one person, mostly a bedroom. That is the biggest spot. Stuff is everywhere. The mattress does not sit on top of anything. It's just a mattress on the floor. There's a little side bathroom. There's a small room connected to the larger room where there's a kitchen that is more like a little cupboard with a stovetop and a microwave and an oven and no dishwashing machine. So there's also like a ton of paper plates pouring out of the trash.
I think I live in that apartment.
I
mean, what?
And at some point, Rachel would change in the bathroom and put like her work clothes just onto the hamper, which Jess would know. She'll probably just pull straight out of the hamper for work the next time.
Yeah.
She's behind on her laundry.
Jess used to keep up with the latest fashion, but has not so much since the summer. So she's... Plus, Rachel has always been Rachel. Rachel has not been into clothes in the same way. Graham.
But Rachel will... there are a couple like overly sized pillows, like big plushy ones that do not fit anywhere, but are like for this purpose, and Rachel will lay them out on some other corner and throw a blanket over them.
Are there
any...
No, go ahead.
Oh.
Go ahead.
I have a feeling this is not comfortable. Do you have a sleeping bag? You've never brought anything over for that.
I mean, I promise tonight this is better than being home with mom and dad. They'd ask me if anything happened, and I would say no, and they'd go, "Are you sure?" And I'd say yeah, and they'd ask me if I wasn't going to the game with my friends. I'd have to make up something and say I'm tired or not interested, and it's just better to be here.
Better to be with you.
Yeah.
By the way, does it smell in here? I know it always does, but like I'm wondering if there's a new one. Is there a new bad smell in here?
No,
because I'm never able to tell.
I mean, it smells like motor oil, but it kind of always smells like motor oil.
Nothing else?
Why did you lose something, like food or?
I think I lost track of a plate, and I fear that it's under a towel, and I'm very upset to check.
Rachel, you've gotta
I know I gotta.
I mean, I know she'd be judgy, but if you just invite mom over, she'd probably clean the whole place for you.
Why? This is our safe spot. This is where you are going to escape that, and this is where I moved to escape that.
Yeah,
she's been every time she's been over here, she's tried to get me to leave. She's like, the renovations have stopped.
But just like a food plate?
I'll get a trash bag. Forgot to
Okay.
grab one tonight.
Okay. Okay.
But if you don't smell it, then it's probably not a thing, so we're good.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, maybe light a candle tonight, like just in case.
Oh, that's right.
I know Mom is like brought over like 4 or 5.
Um,
She kind of has like a Bath and Body Works whenever she goes down south to the mall.
Rachel's gonna go over to one of the few plugs in the wall that has like an extension with several extensions plugged into this cord, and
Her whole apartment's a fire hazard.
is going to pull one. Also, everything's laced in motor oil, so this thing will go up. And she'll
You're gonna kill
pull.
One more
whole-
panic attack.
She will decide
The Abteens
one
are
of the
dead.
known only to her chords that does not have a purpose, and will find a little nightlight and plug it in.
Is it like a smelly one or just like a nightlight in general?
It's an old nightlight.
Okay.
One that at some point Rachel
Oh,
went back home to go pick up.
told you about that aspect and it just now clicked, but I'm tracking with you
Yeah.
now.
Jess doesn't like the dark.
Nope. She's gonna, because you're not gonna say anything about it, you're just gonna do it, right?
Yeah.
She's just gonna smile and not say anything about it either.
And then she'll settle in, set up the food, grab a fresh paper plate, and throw in the movie.
Are there any other conversations anyone else would like to have before this evening comes?
Well, I guess here's the question. Do you have it in you to do the mother?
Yeah, let's bring it on.
All right, let's do it then. I guess Colby will come home, and after having a conversation with his boss and getting the girls back from the neighbors and blah, blah, blah.
How much of what excuse do you give your boss for being late? Do you tell him that like someone at school had an accident and you were helping?
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty straightforward about it. It's like, I'm sure you'll hear about it. It's one of the welters had a bit of a something happen outside, and I drove her to the hospital, but then they got it settled and I guess medicated or something halfway there, and so yeah, it was just I promise it won't happen again, or at least if it does, I'll find a way to let you know.
I mean, you're reliable. I mean, things happen.
Yeah.
You know, helping someone out in a medical emergency is a pretty valid excuse if I've ever heard one.
All right. Well, thank you.
I mean, try not to let it happen again. See if you can get a call in or get someone to cover your shift. But
right.
You know,
well, it was kind of like, wow, that's there, and now it's happening, and okay. So
yeah.
Well, I guess I'll start working at some point.
So yeah, you're able to have the work thing resolved, and
then I'll go to Piggly Wiggly, and I'll be like, I sure wish we had a Kroger. Sounds like some we would probably have in this area.
I sure wish I had a Kroger, but you know what? We don't.
Well, you know what? My Piggly Wiggly got bought out by a Kroger. And then that same Kroger got bought out by a Schnucks. It was a whole like thing.
I feel like Ben has some unresolved
So many
grocery store drama in his life.
Yeah,
I might need to
do.
speak to someone about.
Originally, it was a grocery store owned by a man named Mr. Cecil, so it was called Cecil's. But then Piggly Wiggly bought it, and then Kroger bought it, and then Schnucks bought it, and I don't even know what's there now.
And then Walmart bought it all out.
And then Walmart blew up the whole shopping mall. Yeah. So I'll drive home and get the girls and get the pot started and make dinner and everything, and go and knock on my mom's door with a plate of spaghetti.
About time you got home.
Sorry, some emergencies happened at school.
Mm-hmm. It's always an emergency or something.
Well, somebody had to go to the hospital. I had to drive them to the hospital.
And it had to be you. Who took care of the girls?
My friend Daria.
She's gonna hold her hand out for the plate.
I'll hand it to her. How are your legs doing today?
They still ain't working, are they?
That's not what I meant. Well, I guess just holler if you want any more. If you need anything.
Try not to get involved in any emergencies again.
I'll try. And he will he'll reach into his bag and pull out a handle of whiskey and just leave it on the counter for her and close the door. How I got it, I'm not going to share. But I got it. And
why must you hurt me with your characters?
Because I'm evil.
We had such a nice, incredibly charming family.
Literally what I
And
was
then
just
it's like,
thinking.
hey, Mom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is anyone else?
That's why when you guys are like, oh, he seems like a nice boy. Yeah, he's pretty cool. I was like, just you fuckers wait.
Bijan, Daria, is there anything else you would like to do before the end of the day?
I think Daria had left by now. Right.
Well, it depends. After I call Alex up, if she still wants to go get something at Blockbuster.
Yeah. I mean, I think everyone's going to be at, the game, so it shouldn't be too picked over at this point. We can come watch it at my house.
Great, cool. Do you want me to come to you, and then we'll both go there, or like, how do you want to do it?
Blockbuster's probably like halfway between you two.
Oh, yeah.
Hang on a second, my brother. What, Beige?
I wanted to talk about what happened with Jessica. But you're on the phone.
I'll call you back.
No, it's okay.
It's you know what? I'll just meet you there. It's cool.
Okay, I'll meet you there.
Yeah. What about Jessica?
She said that her stomach felt like it was on fire. And then the fire came out of her hands. But I had a dream this morning that happened. Or before I woke up, I had there was this voice, like a lady, but she was scary, and my stomach was on fire, and I felt really sick, and I woke up feeling kind of bad. But I don't know, maybe, I don't know, she said that her stomach was on fire, and
I'm sure that it could have just been a coincidence. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Or, we don't see that every day. You're probably just so scared by it. You're kind of getting your feelings mixed up about, how you were feeling earlier in the day and everything you saw, right? I mean,
This happened. This happened last. I had a dream. It was different. It was separate. It was separate from what happened to Jessica. It just that stuck with me because I felt that before. Probably not going to develop fire powers, but I don't know.
I mean,
It was all so. It just felt like a movie or like one of the comics or something like that.
I'm sure there's some kind of explanation. I don't know what,
Jessica smokes and maybe like
but
she brought a lighter to school and it exploded.
honestly, it's gotta be
That's what
something
I was
like that.
thinking. Maybe. Okay, well, I just wanted to come and ask so we could talk about it.
Yeah, well, it was kind of weird. Not gonna lie. But like I said, and like Mom says, there's a rational explanation for most things in the world, and if you can't figure it out right now, then you just need more information.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's what my science teacher says.
Yeah, so the
Yeah.
the truth is out there.
Mm-hmm.
Along with adventure.
Okay.
Adventures out
But-
there.
Hey, if you're having bad dreams though, just chase them away, right? Think of a bright white light or something, like enveloping you, If Mom's way doesn't work, use Dad's.
Yeah, I'll pray. Or maybe I can like really try hard and bring Sonder Man into my dreams. He'd probably help. Or I could
Do I
be
get the sense from Bijan that like this is really still kind of bothering him?
Bijan, are you trying to like hide it any, or are you pretty open about it? This is like bothering you.
since what happened to Jessica, probably opening up a little more about it, but not about like what happened at the for the story now has the thing that happened at the
Because that's when the nightmare started. So when you
So it's
first
already
went
happened.
there, when you
Okay.
first went there, yeah. But if you're trying to keep it in a little bit,
Mhm.
make me a grit roll, and Daria make me a charm roll.
All right.
Yeah, he's secretive, so he's definitely gonna try to like, keep it in a bit. All right, so grit. Ooh, a D20. Haha.
What'd you get, Bijan?
18.
That was just a 5.
Okay, so Bijan, you completely control what she sees or doesn't see. In this moment, she's kind of looking at you with some concern. What does she see?
I'm just gonna like, yeah, absolutely, for sure.
Okay.
The light.
Well, I
And
think to
then-
myself. Oh, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut off
No,
your
you're good.
exposition, please.
Just like basically what I had said, like trying to come up with like, oh yeah, I'll do what Dad said, or I'll like the Sonder thing there. Yeah, that'll help.
Well, satisfied with what my brother is telling me, I will think to myself that my thought of maybe just bringing him with and watching a kids movie with Alex is not something that we will do. I'm gonna go on with my night as usual, and you know, well, Bijan, if you ever need to talk about anything else, I'm here, right?
Yeah.
And Mom and Dad too.
Yeah, they're just nightmares. They happen. They'll happen every once in a while. It's okay. I think I'm just like there's a lot at school that's happening, and I'm just maybe I'm like getting used to it, and that's I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
I need to stop watching or reading so many like scary comic books.
first year of middle school can be tough.
Yeah.
But your comics, I mean, Dad looks over them all to make sure it's not anything that you're not allowed to see, right? So,
At the house. But I'll
uh,
at the comic book store.
Daria's gonna laugh a little. Like, okay, well, use some self-control.
Yeah. Yeah, there was this one I was reading that like there was like a scary guy and he like ate somebody. But yeah, I'll just try to stay away from those.
It's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
And then he ate somebody, and then that guy died. Okay.
I'm not gonna tell him off too much. I'll let him have his thing.
And
I feel
then,
like you definitely have a couple of CDs that you're like, oh, I don't know if the lyrics
Exactly
would be
the
like
same.
mom and dad approved.
The question is, do you have any horror manga where like the imagery is just the most
Yes.
terrifying?
do you have any Junji Ito?
Uh-oh.
This is
Probably-
my hole. It's made for me.
Probably like would he's into comic books and books themselves, but like
Hmm.
I think it'd be like high school that he'd start to get into manga and all that
Yeah,
anime.
I think it's definitely still kind of like fringe, especially in their town at this point. Like you'd have to go down to the big mall about 40 minutes south to probably get any of that. Like
Yeah.
it's not quite made its way into your comic book store yet.
Mhm.
So it's pretty cool that you and Kaylee were getting along.
Yeah, I was surprised that that she actually wanted to play. That was cool.
You're cooler than you think, Peach. You should invite her over again.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. It'd need to be with like I don't know. I'll see what she wants to do at school and maybe we can plan something.
Okay, don't chicken out.
I'll try. Okay, go have fun.
Yeah, but don't be a little bitch.
Merci. And I will go ahead and get in the car and drive over to Blockbuster.
As you get ready to leave, your mom is going to look at you and go, Daria, now curfew is 11 tonight, okay? And you're responsible for getting yourself up for Key Club tomorrow. Now you've got that event, the river cleanup.
Mironam, it's important to me, Mom. Like, it's fine. I know we spent a lot of time planning it. I'm not gonna mess it up.
No, I trust you. I trust you. I do. I just wanted to make sure that 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock. Vache, we're good.
Make good choices. She'll give you a little kiss on the forehead.
Hug her tight, and then go. And close the door. Super
Mhm.
cool.
Cackle to yourself.
Are we? What floor of the apartment complex are we on?
I kind of pictured second. There's not
yeah.
like big sprawling apartment complexes here, so it's 2 stories max.
Cool. So then I'll do the kind of like quick. I'm about to have fun. Like toddle down
Scamper.
down the steps, and hop into the car and then head off.
Yeah.
At
What
some
are-
The
point
music
when
turned
you're-
up much louder than.
Oh, for
when it
sure.
had
Your
been
mom
for-
kind of like,
You and I live on the
She can
same
hear it a little
floor,
bit.
though, right? Maybe.
do you? You tell me.
I might be on the ground floor. I wonder what I don't know apartments that would have different types of apartments. Like some family sized and some
Mhm.
super small.
You might be in like the building next to her. So say like your building has like the 1 bedrooms and their building has like, like the 3 bedrooms.
Okay.
Yeah, you hear
at
the
some
song
point, then
Ex-Girlfriend
But you would
from No
probably share,
Doubt,
like, a breezeway.
starting to like blast from downstairs somewhere.
from out in a window that you probably didn't know specifically was Rachel's, you hear a scene in a movie and Rachel shouting along with it involving Alien.
It's that scene where like she's in the hydraulic mech suit.
That's Aliens. I wanted to quote that, but I forgot we're watching the first one.
Okay,
you're
so
watching, never
before
mind.
We're watching
before
the
I
first
get
one.
to my
God, you
car, then
bitch.
do I recognize that that's Rachel's voice?
Make me a brains check.
Ooh.
Hold on, let me set the DC before you tell me what it is, because I need to
Okay,
get
sounds
better in
good.
the habit of that. I'm gonna say DC 10. This is a little bit
Okay.
tougher because
Ooh.
you're not
Yeah,
thinking
right.
about it. It's something like from the periphery.
Nope, that was just a 7.
Okay, so take an adversity token. So maybe you like hear voices, but you know, it's still warm enough outside. You know, you've got some kids heading off to the football game late. You know, a family coming in with their, you know, like pizza for their stuff. It's a pretty lively apartment complex.
Every
Yeah, I just blew it
family in
off.
this town is eating pizza tonight.
Look, it's a small town. Everyone's at the Pizza Inn. No one wants to cook on a Friday.
At some point, instead of quoting along with the movie, you hear I don't know, has Daria ever seen Alien?
Yeah, I've probably seen it.
You hear the sound of gore taking place on screen, and you hear Rachel go, "Oh God, I'm never having kids."
I will laugh. and then kind of go.
Is that the John Hurt belly?
Yep.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey scene.
Yep.
That was it. Thank you.
Love it.
Hello, my baby.
All right,
hello,
what
my
are
honey.
you and Alex renting tonight?
What are we renting tonight? I don't know. What's still around?
Titanic.
Oh no, not again.
No, I feel like y'all are gonna find something a little more like not quite as mainstream, because I mean you're cool, right? Like
We are cool.
There's
Oh,
anime. There's
damn.
It.
Wait, did you say it's October?
Mhm.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
are 2 months away from the release of Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Scream.
Let's look at that.
Wait, did Shrek come out that year or was that 2001?
Ooh.
I don't even know.
I think it's 2000s.
Graham said you're gonna rent The Craft because it's October.
There's
Oh,
Scream.
yeah.
There's
Yeah, you would.
We would watch a Halloween movie.
Candyman.
Scary movie
Also,
came
Blair
out
Witch
already.
Project.
Scream 1 was
And The
out,
Exorcist.
I think.
Hellraiser 3.
Scream 1 and 2
Could
might
have
have been out, maybe just one.
you could have also rented Kung Pao Enter the Fist. It's a wonderful,
Yeah.
terrible movie. It's one of my favorite terrible movies in the world.
Scream
almost
3
almost
came out.
want to in honor of
Oh, we're already
Iskra
at the third.
and the monks. But
The Hollow Man.
I will ask you, would you like to play out any of the Hangout with Alex, or you just want to have Hangout with Alex?
Everybody scream. It's gone.
All right, that's fine.
hey,
There we
Oh, it
go.
worked.
Okay.
We did it. Sorry, guys.
We did
cool.
it.
Yeah.
We did it. Hooray. Don't you see
Tell Styles not to close the door or whatever it is that disconnects.
He's not even here. I don't even know. It's just the internet being internet.
Jin closed the door.
Jin's like, y'all
Yeah, Jin.
suck.
I'm tired of this.
So while we're on the like FBI don't steal this movie like warning thing at the
Mhm.
beginning
It goes
of the
on
film,
Oh, yeah.
forever.
What movie did you rent?
that's gonna what did we? I don't know what we rented. It's immaterial.
Coming soon to a home theater near you.
A Studio Ghibli movie?
Ooh, Princess
Those are fun.
Mononoke. That's the one. I've decided that's what you rented.
Okay,
You
cool.
rented
Let's
Princess
do it.
Mononoke.
Because it's a wonderful movie, and I rented it probably about 30 times as a kid.
Sounds good then. Yeah, so well, don't pirate the film. And like that's a nice little chunk of time. So like hey, were you around to see like Jessica Welter? She fainted as she was leaving school.
No, like fainted, like swoon.
No, like having a seizure kind of faint, although there was so don't call me crazy because Bijan and Colby Baker and Jess's sister all say that they saw fire come from her hands, and I'm pretty sure I did too.
Like the witch's fire.
I mean, no, not like the witch's fire, but maybe. It
Wait,
was weird.
are you serious? Like fire? Like
Yeah, totally. Real fire. I don't know how she could have pulled it off otherwise. I mean, some kind of special effect, but this was like, I was a few feet from her.
you wanna know what we do? It is October. We should totally go to the witch's grave tomorrow. I mean,
Yeah,
if
and what?
Will go wrong.
oh no,
Oh God, it always wrong.
I mean, you know what they say, that if the chains break, she's coming back. Maybe Jessica has her fire. Maybe she broke the chains. Maybe that's why she, ditched all her friends. And not to like, sorry, that sounded kind of, okay, that was like a lot of rude, but
I mean, she did change a lot.
yeah, like a lot over the summer. I mean, we did too, but like we worked out and like did volleyball. We didn't ditch all of our friends and dump our boyfriend and decide not to be popular.
Yeah, I mean, does she even care about anyone anymore?
I don't know. I mean, and what you said, like a seizure? She was like having a seizure or something? Maybe she started having seizures but now you said she's got the fire. So maybe it's the witch.
I don't believe that at all, but in the spirit, we could go check out the graveyard.
Yeah. You're gonna go at night tomorrow when it's extra creepy? Or are you gonna chicken out and go during the day after Key Club or something?
Hey, Key Club does good stuff, all right?
I'm not making fun of Key Club. I'm saying in the day after Key Club. You have Key Club in the morning, which is why you can't spend the night tonight.
Okay, yeah, it does take a lot of my time. And I'm sort of thinking about maybe it's time to not do it anymore. But
no, I mean,
Mom and I have been planning it for
it's
this
great
one.
it's great for college resumes. I get it. I mean, that's why I do Beta Club. We've got our things. We've got to get out of here some way. Volleyball scholarships or a leadership or a scholarship like that. I get Key Club is, I mean, a sure thing. I'm not making fun of Key Club. I'm mostly making fun of to see if you're chicken enough that you're gonna go to the graveyard in the daytime as opposed to the nighttime.
I'm gonna go at night.
Excellent.
Taking out the trash at night. Sorry, I had to do
It
it.
had to be done at least once.
There's no other way.
It's like the FBI warning. It must be said before
must be said.
we can actually go in.
I get the feeling we're not going to be the only people there, right? I mean, it's kind of a tradition.
I mean, it is October. Yeah, we'll probably see somebody else there, but it's who's going to be brave enough to actually go touch her grave.
Like I said, I don't believe in this stuff. I'll touch it. I mean, whatever.
Yeah. I bet if Zach's there, he totally tries to impress Mia. I mean, he didn't take long. I mean, I know Jessica dumped him, but that did not take long for Mia to take her place.
Yeah, what do you
You
think
know,
about that?
Mia's not going to go past like the new part of the graveyard. She is not gonna. She's gonna chicken out.
Are you gonna let Zach impress you?
No, Mister, I'm the mayor's son, and I can do whatever I want. Okay,
I
we'll
think
go
you
tomorrow
might be
though.
underestimating Mia, though.
I don't know. She has like the prissy, like southern, like, you know, her mom just has all like the charm bracelets and the Vera Bradley, and like she's gonna go join a sorority. You know, she's like already got hers picked out at Ole Miss.
Okay, you got a point.
The dollars.
Okay.
Okay, so
Graham
tomorrow.
made me laugh at the comments. Sorry, I got distracted.
Oh no.
It's not a night's
uh,
stream if Graham's not breaking us from chat.
Also, I realized that the dogs are Georgia and not Ole Miss, but still.
The dogs are also Mississippi State, which are Ole Miss's rivals. So it's, I think now they're technically the Land Sharks, but back then they still would have been good old, not great.
You say
Colonel
Land
Webb.
Shark. You say
Candy Graham.
Land Sharks. It reminds me of the SNL skit.
Candy Graham.
Candy Graham. Telegram. You can't fool me. You're that land shark.
You're that
relation.
shark, aren't you?
No, ma'am. I'm simply a dolphin. I
Oh.
don't believe you.
Oh.
Candy Graham. Oh, okay.
All right, so Alex,
Oh my
look at you.
God.
Okay, so
Tuna salad again.
so you can stay here tomorrow night if your parents will let you, and then we can go to the graveyard
Oh,
after
yeah.
dark.
Easy.
Perfect.
Helia-san. Hanu.
Okay, you have to remind me one more time. What does that say? Like, I've almost got it.
Super easy.
Okay. That.
All right.
I would like to have a scene with the witch, please.
I'm gonna make you wait till next time for that one.
Okay.
Next time.
On Dragon
Oh,
Ball Z.
Lord.
Does anyone have anything else they would like before our last final scene?
Seems like a good spot on my end.
Yeah, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, maybe some salt and pepper, some cumin.
So salt and pepper here.
Salt and pepper.
All right, Rachel, after you fall asleep,
Real good.
Jessica is still having a little trouble falling asleep. And she lied. It does smell in here, but she was not gonna,
Damn
put
it,
that on you.
Jess.
It's like a 6-day-old bowl of soup in the corner of the room.
Oh, there's that bowl of cereal.
Oh no, the milk.
She is gonna dig around in the back of your like cleaning closet because she knows that's where you've shoved all the Bath and Body Works candles your mom has brought. And she's gonna light one and set it on the counter. And just kind of stir it for a second as the flame starts to dance on this new wick. She's gonna look at her hands. Kind of rub her palm for a second. She's gonna hold her hand out. The fire is not gonna come from her hand this time, though. But it's going to go into her hand.
Ooh.
And her eyes are gonna kind of glaze over. She's gonna hold it and let it dance for a second.
Can I have it be that the flame entirely leaves the candle
Yes.
and just comes entirely into her hand?
Yes. She's gonna let it dance across her fingertips. And then she's gonna stretch her hand out, almost like when you're letting like a bird climb off your hand. And it's gonna like walk back into the candle. And with her eyes still glazed over, she's gonna go lay down and fall asleep.
Ooh.
And I want Colby
Oh no.
to take the aspect of controls fire telepathically.
Oh.
And that is where we're going to end for tonight.
All right.
Cool.
That was good.
I hope you all enjoyed our first session of Kids on Bikes.
Yay!
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Everyone's talking about my sister.
Join us next Monday for session 2. We've got Key Club. We've got going to the graveyard. Who
They're
knows what
cleaning a
else is
river?
gonna
We've got going back to the Piggly Wiggly to find that person who may
We got-
never be there again.
We gotta go to the Piggly Wiggly like 4 more times. Halloween's coming. Better be
Near
ready
the end
for
of the
this, kids.
campaign, she's
Halloween
never been
is
at the
coming.
Piggly Wiggly.
Homecoming's coming.
Homecoming.
Bajan
We're
might have
homecoming
made
for
a
Halloween.
friend.
The Obteens are so super charming.
I love all of your
Kids and
characters
parents.
so
I love
much.
Y'all were
And all the
amazing
children of the
too.
Baker family are all super charming and pleasant.
Yeah, we're great. We're great kids. We're good kids.
Good kids.
Those-
Pencil figures. Meh.
Wonderful, like, driving around scenes too. Holy cow. And like when
Mhm.
you added the little detail of like Jessica seeing Rachel just be like, oh my god, looking at Colby's car being super crappy. Like I imagined it like, you know, with a camera set up and everything, looking through the the windshield of the car and like everything. It was beautiful.
I love that I got Sonder with all right, well you guys can go. Please go. Please go away.
Sorry we
Drive.
talked about Jessica
Drive
so
away from me.
insensitively.
Don't look.
We're teenage
don't look at
girls
me
though,
anymore.
so
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Alex was a little cattier than I expected. I was like,
right?
oh.
It's like okay,
Okay.
well, and
Yeah.
if that's how
She's
she's gonna
she's
be,
kind of starting to elbow her way into that popular
Mhm.
crowd.
then yeah, I'm gonna kind of feed on that energy a little bit. So maybe she's a little bit of a little bit of a bad influence on each other when we're
Hmm.
I
together.
don't know how many people
What the-
originally saw
What was that?
Jessica.
What was that, Iskra?
I don't know how many people
Okay.
saw Jessica with the flame, but it is going to be out now throughout the entire town because Daria was just
Thankfully,
like, "Did
we
you hear
don't have
about
social
Jessica?"
media.
Oh, no.
Did you
We
hear about the
don't
fire?
have texting.
That's
Maybe a
true.
little bit of like, what is it? T.
TT
Denied.
or TT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the pre-texting
Mhm.
thing where you
that
only
were
had
had
like,
so
you
many
hit the
hit the
messages.
4 button like
Y'all,
4
it was
times.
still called
I was good at
texting.
that.
Uh-huh.
It's still texting.
Yeah, but it was just not. It was like you
But
had so many.
different. It's not
Yeah, it was
like-
like you had so many messages.
You had
It was
so
almost
many
like
messages.
mini emails. You're like,
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
100 messages a day or whatever.
Wow,
Hey, John
100, that's
has-
actually that's a lot of
Mhm.
messages.
That's
a
a
day.
decent amount.
Yeah.
I send maybe like
Hold on,
10
call me back
total
after 8
on
o'clock
a
when it's
busy
free.
day.
That one, that I remember a lot of.
There you
Yeah.
Never
Yeah.
being able to talk to anybody until it's after 9 p.m. It's fine.
I love that you were like, yeah, Daria grabs the landline.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So my job currently has me like calling different numbers, and so I'm calling through a database, and the amount of fax numbers that I have landed
bet.
on, where like I call it and all of a sudden I get the dial-up sound, and I'm like, I have no memory of this place. Well,
I had someone at work that I had emailed a document to call me and say, I'm not very good at technology. Can I fax that back to you? No, Karen, this isn't 1985. Email it.
Awesome.
there's this really cool new thing. If you got a piece of paper, you put it inside of a shredder machine, and it sends it to you across the states.
Yep.
It's called a fax, Karen.
Thank you so much, chat, for watching
Yeah.
me lead this shindig when we went through all my notes in the first half.
Yeah.
And second half was even better.
Listen, and because you had to,
that'll always
yeah,
happen.
that happens.
Well, that That's my
Well,
favorite part of Kids on Bikes, though, is it's so RP heavy, and there's no real combat system, so I don't have to make maps.
Well, it's like
That's
I think
what
it's
you
always
think.
funny 'cause it's like, Mhm.
I made
But
a
it's-
map.
Yeah, that's
It's
fine.
always like, hey, you've either prepared way too much and they get through
Mm-hmm.
nothing, or you've prepared way too little and they get through it in like seconds.
I know, we got through like 4 scenes, and I was like, it's 7:30. You know it's 7:30. We can't go to break this early.
Nah, you're good. It was great.
No, now I just have to add
That's good.
Pizza Inn and Blockbuster to the map.
Yeah,
Heck
that's fine.
Yeah.
It's
The
just gonna
amount
keep
of times
growing.
it's like, oh yeah, we'll go get pizza. Jeez, these people
There was so
are
much.
crazy.
There was so much throwback to this. Like all of it.
Sonder, the message you sent me was mwah. So Sonder controls believe she is being like followed by a supernatural force aspect. Sent me a message and said, hey, she sees a woman in the street.
Ah,
Little
that was
street.
Sonder.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben and I had a little thing going briefly when you were showing her Pokemon cards. And we just started listing off the rules for random card games. Like
so great.
Magic the Gathering and Uno.
Metal
I sent him a
Greymon,
message saying
Balls to
+4
Wargreymon.
Oh
reverse.
no.
I think I
Oh,
get a
hey,
level and
Fatal
gain
Roll.
4.
Oh,
Thanks for the
no.
raid. We literally just wrapped up episode
Oh, no,
1
yay.
of our Kids on Bikes mini campaign.
Well,
But
yeah.
next Monday, we'll come back with episode 2.
Join us in a
We'll
week.
be here.
It was really
7
cool.
o'clock.
You guys just
Sweet.
leave this page
Great.
open for a week, and we'll be back in 7 days.
Yeah. We'll hang out and chat. It's fine. You
We'll
know.
hang out.
As
Um,
closing reminder, see Aaron and our Daria and Bajan
Hello.
our Abtine siblings tomorrow night, right here, 7 o'clock Central,
And
for
then-
Game of Santos, Dungeons and Dragons. And then on Wednesday, see me and these two, Colby and Rachel, over on ClicktyClackty Roll to Attackity for some more Dungeons and
I
Dragons.
don't know if you're. Hold on.
Also at 7 p.m. Central.
Also 7 p.m. Just, if you need something to do at 7 p.m. Central, just get on Twitch. We'll be here.
Mhm.
Somebody will be here.
I think is that one? Nope. I spelled it wrong. I think. Well, one of those. Type it in
all
there
I'm
for
seeing-
me.
All I'm
Do the
seeing
shout
is
out.
Twitch.tv.
Yeah, I know. It's like I don't know.
Yeah.
It didn't do the right thing. It's fine. But yes, do
Pinky, did you misspell it?
maybe. I don't know. I don't remember. I should have copy and pasted it. But yeah, thanks for everyone for hanging out tonight. Thanks, Dreamy. Marvelous job. I love just being able to sit back and like manage music and sound effects.
Thanks.
It was great. So
I
we'll...
love you running tech because I don't do tech. So,
no, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Oh yeah, I
I
got
didn't
it.
put in a space. It did
I
work.
did it.
Yay!
Yay!
Fine, I guess
Sonder
I
did
won't
it.
type it then.
That's fine.
Already, like,
Throw the
3/4
phone
of the way
across the.
through.
That's fine. Forget it.
It's unacceptable!
But we'll see you tomorrow night for Game of Santos. See you next Monday for this, and Wednesday with ClicktyClackty. It's great. I love you guys. We'll see you next time.
Maybe we'll see the witch next week. I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Let's
I
not.
hope we don't.
Let's not. I'm just gonna slink back into the corner
Hey,
over here.
The witch is ridiculous.